you're the only one. Hang on.
Okay, so in case people don't know what's going on, Travis is actually in charge of the live stream today.
Yeah, exactly. It's all me, guys, so it's going to be bad. I don't know. I hit go live and I hit add to whatever, but I don't know how to make this picture go away. Do you?
Okay, so you have to go to like the banners on the side and unclick it. Maybe I should be in charge of the live stream.
Yeah, that would be
Also, should we like call Rich on the air and see if he answers?
Yeah,
what's going on here?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
So this isn't a bit to all of our listeners. Like it really is just like Travis and me. Rich isn't like hiding in the corner or whatever. Like this isn't planned.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how to make the banner go away, guys. So as soon as J-Riff,
I'll come in there right now and do it.
Yeah. So J-Riff now walking in out of the studio. So Fletch, I don't know if you heard us talking about it right at the start of the show. Breaks an ankle in two places. Now, me being a cynic, I thought, yeah, he didn't really, right? He rolled his ankle, and we didn't have to say anything because he immediately sent photos. Hey, look, you did it, J-Riff. We're on. How about that? He immediately sent photos of broken ankles. Now, he was out walking his dog when he broke his ankle, which I'm really hoping that Brock then had to run for help and tell someone. Ben is down. Fletch is down. I can't drag him out of the desert.
Wait, so let's break this down. Okay, when you first got the call that Fletch was injured,
mm-hmm.
What was your assumption on how it happened? And did you think, thank God for SD Fat Loss, because if he was bigger, this could have been way worse.
Oh, it would have been an absolute disaster. Yeah, no, without a doubt.
This ankle break is brought to you by.
I think he gave us all the information in one text. So I already knew that the ankle was broken and he was out walking Brock the dog. So that was all there. It wasn't like I had to just think, I wonder how he broke his ankle.
So I found out from Mary first because we had to coordinate my Monday.
Right.
And she was like, Fletch destroyed his ankle. Like, what's the deal tomorrow? And she said that to me before he texted me. So I didn't have the context. I assumed, given that he was bragging to me that he's now going on hikes with his dog last week, that he was probably out hiking. Now, apparently a detail is that Kendall was there, which
I didn't know that. I thought he was just going solo.
I think that he said on Twitter that he was out with wifey and the dog.
Oh, I got it.
So like Jenna was like, honestly, thank God that wifey was there, because if that dude was in the woods somewhere and he went down and he has a dog, like, we may never hear. We may be in the situation we're in with Rich right now.
Right.
So
right. The UAB Blazers this Friday, 10:45. You can hear the Aztecs take them on right here, San Diego Sports 760. I mean, what's your call on this? The Aztecs make it past the Blazers?
Yeah, I mean, look, this is this was a wonky year in the American Conference. You had USF, the University of Southern Florida, who emerged as like this darling in the regular season. They end up dominating and winning the regular season in the conference. FAU, obviously a team that we're familiar with here in San Diego because of the Final Four game last year and the Lamont Butler shot. They were the favorites. They retired everybody, including their head coach, which is really rare to have a season like they did last year and to return basically everybody, because most of the time those players transfer to bigger programs to make money and the coaches will get hired at bigger programs to make more money. But FAU was able to retain basically everybody, including John L. Davis, who's an absolute monster. And all of a sudden, USF is at the top of that conference. FAU is number 2. And then in the conference championship, you have the 11th seeded Temple Owls and the 5th seeded Alabama Birmingham Blazers. And you're like, what is going on? This does not make sense.
Right.
So Alabama Birmingham sort of lucked out in the 5-game winning streak that it's on. Not a great offensive team, pretty good defensive team. They can hit the 3, but toe to toe, I don't know how, when the Aztecs are playing their game, when they're not missing shots down the stretch in important moments, which has been an Achilles heel all season long, especially against Boise State, especially on the road at Utah State and at Boise State, and then again on Saturday against New Mexico. When they're hitting their shots and supporting Jaden Ledee, then they win games. And I don't think that UAB really has the personnel to match up to them.
Yesterday was Selection Sunday. Any teams that you thought they got screwed? They didn't make the list.
Oh, St. John's.
St. John's.
St. John's.
All day long.
Yep.
How are they not?
There were so many bid stealers. St. John's and Indiana State were the two for me. It's hard with these low and mid-major conferences to be like justify like, oh, a second team should have gotten in. Yeah. But Indiana State was the top 25 team the entire year in the Missouri Valley Conference. They get upset by Drake, and then all of a sudden, like, they're not even in the running. So
they finished the season 28-6.
Yep.
I mean, it's a solid record. In fact, what was St. John? 20-12?
Yeah, and they were like 22 or 23. And then I was convinced when I saw like Michigan State get in as a 9 seed that we were going to see St. John's in, because there was no reason for Michigan State to get in with a subpar, with like an 8-10 record in conference, and for St. John's to stay up. But it's tough. Like the Big East, it's a tough conference. They probably could have, if they played UConn maybe a little bit closer in the conference semifinals, maybe St. John's gets in. Pittsburgh was the other one. Pittsburgh had a really nice season. They were in the first 4 last year. If you remember, they won the round of 64 and went to the round of 32 as an 11 seed. So Pittsburgh was another school, but really St. John's and Indiana State for me were the two.
Oklahoma?
No,
didn't like that one.
No, I don't. I never once. I watched like 2 Oklahoma games this year. Both times I was like, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're making a case for St. John's, I feel like you could make a case for Oklahoma.
Okay.
I mean,
I think that finishing in the upper echelon of the Big East is more impressive than being a mid-table Big 12 team, especially because like after like the top 2 teams in the conference, it actually really fell off this year. Like Iowa State was dominant. Kansas is kind of fake because they're so injured right now.
Wow. Kind of fake.
They're just fake because if you're not following the team, you have no idea that they're super injured. And you're like, wait, this is Kansas. Like, they're great. Like, they got smoked by Cincinnati in the semifinal or the conference quarterfinals because they're so injured. So if you haven't been following the team, like, it's a mislead that they're like a 4 seed out of the Big 12, in my opinion.
Speaking of getting smoked in Kansas, are you a Kansas City barbecue guy?
Of course. Well, I was.
What? Oh, yeah, that's right. You've gone vegan.
I know.
Wait, do you throw anything on the grill as a vegan?
I have yet to grill as a vegan.
Well,
but if I did, I'd probably get some like tofu or some tempeh or something.
I feel like maybe you could do like an eggplant or something. Make it taste like something.
I don't like eggplant.
I don't like tofu. I mean,
have you ever had tempeh?
I don't even know what that is. Tempeh, I believe, is a place in Arizona.
No, that's tempeh.
Oh, okay.
Tempeh is like a soy. It's made from soybeans.
No, I have not. I
have some in my salad. I'll give you a taste.
I'm pretty
like last night. We made
right
a vegan.
Now.
We made a vegan pizza.
Okay.
Vegan pepperoni. Vegan mozzarella.
Doesn't sound fun at all.
Vegan feta.
What? But
banana peppers, mushrooms, onions.
Okay. All
right. Garlic and herb pizza crust, handmade.
Okay. Did you have to make it out of like cauliflower?
Maybe that's a Jenna question.
What? was it like dough or was it?
It was dough. No, it was dough.
It was dough. Is there anything in dough? Like, can you have a biscuit as a vegan?
Yeah, as long as there's no yeah.
Oh wait, but there's milk in it.
Not in the dough.
Okay.
This was vegan dough. Thank you, Trader Joe's.
Buttermilk biscuit.
But this was 10 out of 10 pizza, Travis.
What? Dude, 10 out of 10.
And
okay,
but you know what the biggest thing? You know what the biggest thing is I don't feel like. Oh man, I almost cussed. It's too early.
What?
I don't feel like after. Like I don't feel bloated. I'd smash a whole pizza and I feel great.
Yeah. No, I mean I get it. But is there any possibility, because you haven't had a real pizza in so long, that a vegan pizza tastes really good?
But then it doesn't matter because if I've tricked myself, then I'm fine.
But if you just took like one bite of like a real pizza,
I can't have cheese anymore. My body has stopped producing the enzyme. So like we got vegan sushi, or we got sushi that was supposed to be vegan, but there was sour cream, so we scraped out the sour cream. But there was like a little sour cream residual, or cream cheese. Sorry, there's a little cream cheese residual, and like within like 20 minutes, my stomach was just in. I was in so much pain.
They were gonna call this show a little cream cheese residual. Then. Changed at the last
Lock
minute.
It in. I like it.
Last minute.
It's not too late.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, being vegan does not sound real fun. It's a little hard.
I've had a lot of fun.
But you feel so much better.
But that's what it is. Like at the end of the day, like we went to this place called Kindred in South Park on Saturday night.
Okay.
It's all vegan. We got, and you would never know if you had any idea this place was all vegan. We had our appetizers were pizza rolls with marinara sauce.
Okay.
and charred bits like broccoli and asparagus, all that good stuff. We got a pasta carbonara and a double cheeseburger as our main. It was
What's the burger made out of?
Dude, the burger, it's like a black bean base. But the burger was better than like 95% of the burgers I've had in my entire life that were not vegan.
Wow.
So it's really like living in this world that we live in today in Southern California makes it's pretty easy, man.
I made a black bean burger one time. It tasted like black beans. It didn't taste like a burger to me at all. It tasted like I was eating beans.
I thought you were going to make a joke about the Orlando Magic jersey swap.
What? No. I felt that those, we're going to get into that. We will talk about that jersey swap. We'll also talk about some tickets we're giving away today. We got a pair of tickets to see Social D at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. That's happening April 12th. Special guest, Bad Religion. Good Lord, there's a couple bands there that I grew up with. Kind of molded my life here. Tickets and info, Ticketmaster.com, or just keep listening for your chance to win those. We also got a $50 gift card to Islands. Those fresh cut fries, baby. Islands has a vast menu of items, a family-friendly, beachy vibe atmosphere with delicious food and drinks. Islands has the happiest happy hour starting weekdays at 3, the cheesiest cheddar fries, and the coldest beer in town. Visit Islands Fine Burgers and Drinks. Or just keep listening for your chance to win those as well.
If I was going to break veganism right now, you know where I would do it?
Where's that?
Islands.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand. Wait, can you have the fries? So as long as it's in vegetable oil?
It depends. Right. So like McDonald's fries is in beef fat.
Well, they put them in beef fat first, like they're blanched in beef fat
before that's why I can't have those fries.
That's why they're so good.
Oh,
I mean, they're not Islands fresh cut fries, but it's hard to pass up a fry. Still some happenings in the NFL, man. A couple things happened late on Friday we're going to get to, and the Steelers have 2 starting quarterbacks. Yeah, I guess that happened. We're going to get to it next. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760.
Going up next, the Steelers. Do they get 2 starting quarterbacks or do they have 2 backups? We'll talk about that next. This update is presented by Lexus of El Cajon. Bring luxury home. Aztecs got the win on Friday against Utah State in the semis of the Mountain West Conference tournament. Ended up losing in the conference championship against New Mexico, but they still will represent the Mountain West as the conference's highest seed. 6 teams are in from the conference. San Diego State is a 5th seed in the East. They'll take on the American tourney champs, Alabama Birmingham, on Friday at 10:45 up in Spokane, Washington. Despite its ineligibility for the NCAA tournament, UC San Diego will be participating in the school's first D1 postseason, coming out of their best season in Division I, finishing as Big West regular season runner-ups. The Tritons will play Chicago State on Saturday in the first round of the CBI. In the NFL, Justin Fields was traded from the Chicago Bears to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Experience true luxury with great deals from Lexus El Cajon during their new store remodel. See why they're ranked number 1 for customer service. Visit LexusElCajon.com. Bring luxury home from Lexus El Cajon. So Travis isn't back right now, but we are. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch here on a Monday morning. Big Rich is MIA. Fletch has 2 breaks in his ankle, and Travis has evacuated the building. So it's just you and me right now. Jay Riff filling in for Ben Fletcher. Apparently, Travis Dale and Rich Ornberger here on San Diego Sports 760. By the way, are people watching these Padre games? Like, are you up at 3 a.m. watching spring training? What is essentially a spring training exhibition game for the Padres? Because if you remember, Mike Schultz said that they're treating these exhibition games before they play the Dodgers in South Korea like spring training games. So is them being in Seoul, South Korea and playing baseball enough for you to be up at 3 a.m. to watch them? I'll tell you what, it hasn't been enough for me. I probably will try to catch one of the Dodger games. I think it's important. Like, I do think that there's something to be said about waking up and consuming what is essentially pre-opening day in Major League Baseball. I don't know how I feel about it being at 3, though, given the fact that we woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. An hour earlier maybe is somewhat relative and could be done. But I don't know. I don't think that the Padres being in South Korea just as by proxy is enough for me to wake up at 3 a.m. to watch what Schultz said is basically exhibition games being managed as spring training games. Okay, so Travis is back. You okay?
I'm running. Well, I got to do the Rich duties when Rich isn't here. So there's a lot of running. I had to do a couple laps because I already know I'm going to say something stupid in the future, so I might as well bank a couple.
These were preemptive laps.
That's
Thank you
correct.
for figuring out the word I was trying to say.
Yeah. I walked in, you were talking Padres?
Well, yeah, I was just thinking, like, they played their first of the exhibition games not too long ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is them being in Seoul, South Korea, at all appealing enough to you to justify waking up at 3 a.m. to watch any of these games?
Okay, so because I wake up so early anyways, I mean, I'm going to have to set the alarm clock ahead 45 minutes to catch the start of the game. So I will. But
you wake up at 3:45?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not that much of a commitment for me to tune it on. Now, I do think Padre fans will be interested. I think they'll click it on. I could see people waking up and turning on game 1. I think game 2 is going to be a lot bigger stretch here, asking people to wake up again at 3 a.m. to watch a game, especially if game 1 goes off the rails. If the Dodgers just throw on a pounding, which please don't let that happen. I think game 2 is hard.
All right, so let me ask you this then. You wake up 2:45, coffee, whatever it is that helps you jumpstart your day.
Okay.
Celsius, supplements, whatever.
Okay, yeah, Celsius.
Is
That's like the healthy energy drink?
Health is relative, but yeah.
Okay.
Healthy.
All right.
Anyways, you sit down, 3 o'clock, broadcast starts, you're chilling, baseball season, baby. And then it's 5-0 Dodgers after the second inning.
Okay.
You already committed the time. Are you sticking around?
Yeah, I probably will. I mean, you want to see how this Padre team reacts, right? I mean, last season, it was a struggle when Padres got down early because I mean, we watched it as fans of this team. Looks like they give up. Then we're about 2/3 of the way through the season last year, and then Juan Soto says, "Yeah, we just give up out there." When we all went, yeah, we all knew that. We all watched it happen. So you're hoping for a different Padre team that has some fight in them. So even if they're down 5-0 early, if they continue to battle, that means a lot to me as a fan. And I think it means a lot to the team. The Padres need to go out there and battle. There's a lot of mindset that needs to change in the culture of this team. There's a lot of things that have to start pointing towards this team can go out and win games. So even if they were to lose, as long as they just don't, like you said, they're down 5-0 in the second. As long as they just don't throw in the towel right there, just keep going, keep motoring along. And you lose 6-5. Oh, that's a game. That's a game. They're hanging.
I like it. That's what would keep me in it too. Is the implications like, okay, like what are we really seeing here? Now, obviously, like the season is not decided on the first two games. Odds are the identity of the team in these first two games when you're traveling to Seoul, South Korea to take on the new look Dodgers who have Shohei Ohtani, though Ha-Seong Kim did homer twice, by the way, in this exhibition game in South Korea. Just saying.
Sweet.
Just saying. In conclusion, Ha-Seong Kim is basically just as good as Shohei Ohtani. But like I agree. I do think that there's something to be said about like the feelings and the little takeaways that we could take to start building our own feelings about this team. Like that should be enough. But if things get out of hand, and I don't even know if I'm going to watch both games, like, but if things get out of hand early, and it probably goes both ways. If they're up 12-1 in the second inning, I'm going back to bed. Like,
well, if the Padres are up,
correct. If the Dodgers are up 12-1 in the second inning, I'm probably going back to bed as well.
Look, if the Dodgers are up 12-1 in the second inning, yeah, I can see that shutting the alarm clock off. If the Padres are up, I think if the Padres are up 1-0, I'm in. If the Padres are up 15-0, I'm in. I mean, I will be so fired up for a team that is throwing that many runs up on the board. We couldn't do it last season with all of the talent on that squad. They could not throw runs up on the board consistently.
Right.
So you'd have these 13-run games, and then the next night 1, and then the next night 15, the next night 1, and then 2, and then 3. And then 14. So, I mean, if they start doing it early and often here, yeah, man, I'm all in. In fact, if they are up 12-0 in the second inning in the first game, you're damn right I'm tuning in for game number 2. You're damn right I'm setting that alarm at 2:45 to hop up and have a Celsius.
Have you never had a Celsius?
Yeah, I think I've had one.
I'm desperately trying to get Celsius to be the official energy drink of San Diego Sports 760.
You know what? I take that back because there was like a case of them in here. Yeah, I think I had some tropical ones.
Okay, there was a case?
Yeah.
Wow, thanks for the invite, brother.
Well, I didn't bring them in here. They were just here.
We had a listener send us like each individual, like a care package individualized for the three of us. So Marty got $5 of Cheez-Its. Because that's
I saw.
Yeah, there was. She left one of the. I assume. I mean, I hope Alberto listens to your show, but if he doesn't hear this, then he won't be offended. Marty did leave one of the Cheez-It boxes in the studio for somebody to take.
Oh, we didn't. We left it here because we thought somebody obviously left it by mistake. Right. So we were trying to be nice.
That could have been yours.
It might. Oh, it's not here anymore. It's gone.
And then he sent Darren a box, like a big box, an industrial box of Grandma's cookies that you can get from the vending machine.
Oh, wow.
And then I got 2 packs of Celsius.
Of Grandma's cookies?
Yeah, he got Grandma's cookies.
Like the sandwich cookies?
No, like the little chocolate chip cookies that you get.
Wow.
They're in the vending machine.
Wow. They are? We have Grandma's? You're talking about Famous Amos.
Or Famous Amos, sorry.
Yeah, come on.
Not vegan. I don't eat them. I just know that he likes them and got them.
Now, the Famous Amos cookies, okay, it's going to be a hot take.
Oh, no.
In the vending machine right now are chocolate chip, okay? That's where it's at.
Okay.
The ones at the store, when I go try to find them at the store, they're Belgian chocolate. Not nearly as good. I mean, not even in the same stratosphere as just
you can't find chocolate chip Famous Amos cookies?
Nope. I can find them here in the vending machine, but at the store, I'm only finding Belgian chocolate. So if he sends some chocolate chip cookies, I want to know where and Congratulations, man.
All right,
I mean, that is a top tier cookie.
When we have our show 12 to 3 today on San Diego Sports 760, everybody should be tuning in.
Know about these cookies.
I am just using your show for shameless plugging.
That's good.
I will have an encounter with the gentleman who sent us our care package and ask him and inquire about where we can get chocolate chip famous Amos cookies in the store.
Thank you. It's very important that we know that. Also, if you're talking grandma's chocolate chip cookies, I don't know if you remember this, and I don't know if they still come this way. They were in like a big bag, like a white bag. You don't remember those?
No, my parents never bought those for me.
What?
That was before my time.
Oh man, you can eat them by the bag. I think the bag's like
you're
a
saying like
bag.
It's like a potato chip bag with cookies,
basically, yeah.
But they're not individually bagged like the famous Amos bags.
No. It's just one big bag,
and you're just crushing cookies.
Here
he is.
Why you crush cookies like that? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Rich Ornberger. Yeah.
Can I just?
Turns out I'm fatally allergic to Redskin potatoes. Jesus, what a day to figure this out. Do you have any idea how many Redskin potatoes I've had?
Were they mixed with carrots and cabbage and corned beef?
So much.
much. Listen, I feel you, buddy. I am also working through that little coma.
I'm itchy.
Your skin is so sensitive.
Been bathing in a soothing salve.
Have you ever had the grandma's cookies in the bag?
Okay, so the grandma's cookies, those are the big ones, the famous Amos. They're the minis. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, so the mini ones, my problem with those is every time I eat them, there's not enough of them. Like visually, when I see two big cookies, I'm like, yeah, I'm all set. I'll have two cookies and I'll be done.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, when you give me dozens of mini cookies, I get to the bottom of the bag, not unlike chips, and I go, I could use more of this.
Right. But don't you think that's the strategy of grandma's?
Well,
have you burned through the bag?
Well, yeah. I mean, you put anything in its own container, you're going to burn through the bag and you're going to want more. Tell you what, I'm not looking forward to is any more Redskin potatoes. Never again.
They will knock you out,
Never again.
They will knock you out unless there's leftovers.
Wait, so can you bring people who may not be familiar with what you're talking about up to speed?
Oh, yeah.
Please.
Yeah. You're talking about Redskin potatoes?
Precisely.
Oh, my God.
Now, is this a metaphor for something, or are you actually talking about Redskin potatoes?
Oh, no, I'm talking about the potatoes. Throw them in a crock pot, little bit of peppercorn with your corned beef. It's just soaking up all the juices, and apparently it could really upset the old tummy. Yeah. So that happened. That's a lot of fun to deal with. Yeah,
good times.
Monday morning.
Are you really allergic to Redskin potatoes? Because I was thinking you were just in a corned beef coma.
Yeah. It was more like that.
Okay.
I'm allergic to zero things, including Redskin potatoes.
That's what I thought. God, I forgot about the corned beef yesterday.
Oh,
it was good, man.
Yeah, we really got into it. All right, listen. This was absolutely a stirring day for the Padres. To get back to the point you guys were making, I think it was a fun night for Ha-Seong Kim. Coming back home, anytime you come back home and you can flex in front of your friends a little bit, even though that's not what you're supposed to do. It's not like, all your buddies from wherever you're from, they don't really want to see you drive up in a Mercedes and just be like, beep, beep, babe, get in. And all of a sudden, Margot Robbie walks up to the door and is just like, all right, later, losers. Wah! Like, yeah, they're going to be happy for you. But that's basically what Ha-Seong Kim just did to the rest of the KBO. He got in his Ferrari. It had gull-wing doors. They were open. And he was just like, and check this out. And then all of a sudden, everyone's like, oh. It's like, how does his wiener get so much bigger? It's unbelievable.
The man zone.
The man zone at Golden Triangle Plastic Surgery. No, I mean, but that's what it was. He went home and he flexed, and it's awesome and good for him because he's been an integral part of what's made the Padres successful over the past 2 seasons now. I mean, yesterday, or I should say last year, wasn't exactly a success, but 2022 certainly was. All right, coming up next, why they need to replace jersey last names with adjectives forever. That's next. Hey, it's Rich here for Golden Triangle Plastic Surgery, the Man Zone. Okay, so the Man Zone, why did they open the Man Zone? Well, Dr. Roy David, who's a double board certified plastic surgeon, said there's a real missing piece to health in San Diego, and it's men's health. A lot of people don't know this, but every single day Yeah, you know that adorable little jersey swap that's going on? It might be over. It might be over for good now. That's next. Yeah, listen, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, by the way, this morning. We're down one Ben Fletcher. He snapped his ankle hiking with Brock yesterday, his dog. So J-Riff admirably jumping into the seat, filling a couple of seats for a little while here.
That's right.
This man is the busiest man in show business.
He was filling 3 seats for about 2 minutes at the bottom of the hour.
Let's just say, all I have to tell everyone is stay away from those redskin potatoes. Golly.
They'll get you.
They'll get you. They'll get you every time.
They're spicy.
Can you imagine? Like, my biggest complaint about redskin potatoes, super duper spicy. They're really, ooh. J-Riff giving us a little idea of what his St. Patty's Day looked like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And that I'll tell you right now, if my St. Patty's Day looked like your St. Patty's Day, I wouldn't be here until Wednesday. I'm just letting you know right now. I'd be like visiting doctors like, when does it end? I don't think it's me. I think it's me inside of a me suit. It's weird.
Oh man. J-Riff enjoying some vegan pizza.
This morning?
Yeah, no, last night we made vegan pizza for dinner.
That is not St. Patty's Day dinner.
Hang on. Isn't that just a tortilla with tomato sauce on it?
Tortilla
with tomato sauce?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, how do you make a vegan pizza? Even?
Garlic and herb vegan pizza dough from Trader Joe's.
Okay. Well, all pizza dough. Well, I guess
for
not all
sometimes there's egg. Sometimes
sometimes.
So there was no egg. Like, traditionally, most of the time it is.
Okay.
Then you have vegan mozzarella.
All right.
Vegan feta.
Okay.
Vegan pepperoni.
Okay.
Which was grilled before to a crisp.
Wait, you had to grill the pepperoni to a crisp before you put it on the pizza?
Yeah, because you want it to be crispy when it cooks.
Does it not cook to crispy when it's on the pizza? Like regular pepperoni will get crispy.
Well, if you leave the vegan cheese in the oven too long, it actually starts to take on a life of its own.
It becomes a cheese monster.
Yeah.
And then sauteed mushrooms, tomatoes, onions, and banana peppers.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a 10 out of 10, Rich.
I guess
again, I think it's due to the fact you haven't had real pizza. I mean, that's why.
I lived
this is 10 out
27
of 10.
years. I had 27 years of real pizza.
Yeah, but I feel it's kind of like childbirth. Like, after it happens, you're like, I'm never going through that again.
How do
And
you
then-
know? You've never given birth to a
I'm saying
child.
that a woman would say, I'm never going through that again. And then in several months, they're like, I mean, I'm ready when you are.
Can I ask a very serious question about vegan pizza? Are you doing this because you like it at this point? Or are you doing this just because you've told so many people you're vegan that there's no going back now? Or like, do you feel like, because otherwise, if somebody sees you eating an actual pepperoni slice, you'd be like, yeah, so what? And they'll be like, yeah, but you said you were vegan. And I thought we bonded over this.
I thought about it, like if I didn't have a job where like I spoke to the public 5 days a week and like said stuff that I had to stand by, because now all of a sudden you have like thousands of people holding you accountable. Like, would I still be doing it?
But thank you for that.
But no, but I don't. But the truth is, I don't have an answer because I feel so damn good.
Okay.
I feel so like better in my adult life than I've ever felt physically. So like, I want to keep riding that wave.
Okay. Well, listen, I mean, I'm glad it's working for you. I also appreciate knowing the fact that like this would have probably been a 2-week experiment if it wasn't for the listeners of the Darren Smith show and your many followers on social media harassing you like, oh, that doesn't look like a vegan piece of pizza. It's like, no, there's more bell peppers than there is vegan pepperoni, jerk.
I'm trying to see what a vegan pepperoni is even made of.
Yeah, actually, yeah, don't dig too far.
There's
I'm
like a
pretty sure
decent
they'll start
chance I
sending
fill
people
in.
to your house
There's a
if you
decent
look
chance
into
I fill in tomorrow morning. I'll bring you some.
I'll try anything.
Vegan Guy Tuesday.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Well, we don't have to name a day.
Yeah,
after it.
I mean that
Jesus.
like it's just a one-off, maybe.
Hey, really quick, does anybody actually know the first names of the guys who swapped jerseys yesterday?
Grady
Oh,
and Leaky.
no, it's not. It's
Oh,
not.
you're lying.
No.
Yeah,
no.
Leaky
Wait.
Black.
Oh, thank God.
Wait,
Yeah,
okay.
because
Hang on.
if zero, what was number one?
Yeah, Leaky Black and Grady Dick, right? Those are the two.
Boy, it's like if you even confuse their first names, we're in trouble.
It's messed up.
I mean, what happened if they swap first names?
Yeah,
I mean, think about
right.
that.
Yeah, you don't want it. You don't want it.
Okay, so it's Leaky Black and
Grady
Dick. Okay, so check this out. Those two, Black and Dick, decided to swap jerseys after a game, and they held their jerseys in the order that they should be held in, and they took a big picture smiling about it. Now
They did it on purpose, right?
well,
I mean, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Otherwise, they trust me. They don't know each other. Otherwise, they're just like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if? And guess what? Yes, it was.
Yeah,
you
it was.
did it.
It was.
So Leaky Black plays for the Charlotte Hornets. Who plays for Charlotte? Who does Grady?
He's on the Raptors, but now I'm confused. Was that a different person with the same last name as Leaky Black?
No, see, I don't know. See, you're informing me of things.
Yeah,
I
didn't look up their first names at all.
Well, see, that was the first thing I was like, if their names line up so perfectly, what?
No, it was Anthony Black. My mistake.
Okay,
Anthony Black and Grady Dick. There is a Leaky Black as well.
No, there is, and he plays for Charlotte.
Correct.
Whoa.
Anthony Black plays for the Magic. Okay, he plays for the Magic.
I messed up there.
Yeah,
Sorry, about
that's
that.
okay.
I went to Google the jersey swap, and I just Googled their last names only.
I did that too. And the first thing that came up was,
I mean, look at this is over with. My computer's gonna have to go to the garbage.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. Yeah, you need to start over with a new MacBook. I'll just read from the article so that we're editorializing an actual story.
Yes, yep.
As soon as Grady Dick and Anthony Black decided to swap jerseys with one another, they must have known what they were doing. Sunday, the Orlando Magic defeated the Toronto Raptors 111-96. It was a game featuring appearances of the two highly rated rookies. Toronto's Grady Dick put up 10 points and an assist in 27 minutes of action, while Orlando's Anthony Black scored 2 points in 3 minutes of action. After the game, the two rookies met at midcourt and did a jersey swap. while it's a nice gesture, their last names, when put side by side, do tell a certain story. And that story is ungoogleable.
or there's a lot of stories written. Yeah.
And I love how all the tweets are like, they knew ... They knew. Well, anyways, I'm gonna sign a petition for athletes to be able to put adjectives on the back of their jerseys.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
This needs to happen more often.
That's a good idea.
Or maybe it's like a Mad Libs game. It's like, find the nouns that make sense with your adjective.
I'm a verb.
I'm an action word, and I am looking for action right now. Okay.
Good times.
Wow.
We gotta do a little NFL update. There's still a lot happening there, Richie, but we gotta take a break.
Yeah, we're up against it, boy. We've gone long. All right. Yeah. NFL on the other side, free agency is starting to simmer down. The Steelers have 2 quarterbacks. And we'll get to that in just a little bit. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760.
Hey guys, are you all about the NBA action? You've got to try Pick Six, the newest fantasy app from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. And right now, new customers can earn a 100% instant deposit match up to $100 in Pick Six credits when you deposit $5 or more. Now, getting started is simple. Just download the DraftKings Pick Six app and sign up with code SD760. Pick at least 2 players and choose if they're going to have more or less of a stat, like will they score more or less than 30 points, or will they have more or less than 8 assists. Lock them in, compete against others for a shot at huge cash prizes. I love DraftKings. I love it. I love DraftKings Pick Six, not just because I like to play, but I've got my wife in on the action. We're sitting down on the couch next to each other. We open up the Pick Six app, and then we're sitting here picking more or less. She's in. Yeah, baby. Yeah. And guess what? I put $100 in my pocket last week. I like that a lot. DraftKings Pick Six, DraftKings. Download the app immediately. I'm telling you, it's a good time. Download the DraftKings Pick Six app now and get started with code SD760. New customers can earn up to 100% instant deposit match, up to $100 in Pick Six credits when you deposit $5 or more. Only on DraftKings Pick Six with code SD760. The crown is yours. One offer per new customer, minimum $5 deposit to receive a match of up to $100 in Pick Six credits, which are non-withdrawable and valid for Pick Six use only. Expire after 180 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 18 plus in most eligible states. Age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. Pick Six not available in all states, including but not limited to Connecticut and New York. For up-to-date list of states, visit dkng.co/pick6states. Void where prohibited. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
This update is presented by Fertilome. Aztecs lost in the Mountain West Conference Tournament Championship against New Mexico on Saturday, but they still represent the conference as its highest seed, a 5th seed in the East against the University of Alabama Birmingham on Friday at 10:45. 5 other Mountain West schools have made it to the NCAA tournament. Despite its ineligibility for the NCAA tournament, UC San Diego will be participating in the school's first Division I postseason. The Big West regular season runner-ups finishing with their best Division I season ever. Shout out to Eric Olin and the Tritons. They take on Chicago State on Saturday in the first round of the CBI. In the NFL, Justin Fields was traded from the Chicago Bears to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now green thumbs can be greener. Fertilome has an all-natural product line perfect for use around the home and garden. Fertilome natural products are perfect for organic gardening. Fertilome at your favorite independent nursery or garden center. Make your piece of the planet a healthier place to live.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
Time to rise and shine. Wake up! Came so close. The Scarlet and Black fall in the Mountain West Tournament Final, but they will be part of the madness.
To Spokane, Washington, where we find the 5 seed is San Diego State. Last year's national runner-up making their 4th straight appearance. They will face the 12 seed UAB in their first year in the American Athletic Conference, winning the conference tournament.
We take the first look at the brackets, plus a look ahead to the 2 games in South Korea and more NFL players on the move.
5 other teams other than Pittsburgh had reached out about Justin Fields in a variety of roles, but most of those roles were for him to come in as a backup. And that's what he's going to be in Pittsburgh for now.
Now, here are the guys.
Yeah, happy Monday to those who celebrate. Man, happy start of a very busy week for many, for all. This is Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Fletch is down. We'll get to that in a moment. San Diego Sports 760. Jay Riff hopping into the Fletch chair. So Fletch was out mountain climbing yesterday, and he fell off a mountain. And so listen, memorial services will be held this Thursday. No, I'm kidding.
Half dome?
Yeah, he fell off a sheer cliff 15,000 feet to his death.
Look, I don't know if maybe it's just the way I was raised. Maybe I'm just a jerk. When he said he hurt his ankle, in fact, he said, I broke my ankle immediately. And I thought, are you sure you broke your ankle? And then he sent photos.
Yeah.
But then I went, I mean, you don't use your feet to run the board.
That's a good point. Yeah. When we say run the board, but there is no running involved. I mean, just look at him. No,
This is what happens when he tries to exercise, by the way.
I know, it just gets teased by us. We're like, hiking. Who does that?
I brought this up with J-Riff earlier. Do you think that there's any merit to the fact that he was challenged to another Hardwood and Balls Classic versus J-Riff, so he just went ahead and did like the misery, broke his ankle, like Kendall did the sledgehammer to the ankle.
Oh my god!
Just do it, babe. I can't play.
Yeah.
I can't play. Just do it.
I can't take the humiliation.
He did it to himself. I don't know. There's really no way out of this. The guys are going to pressure me. Not if your ankle's broken. Wait, no, you're talking crazy, Kendall.
But it's crazy, son.
It's the only way. And then maybe we could get into Disneyland on one of those motorized scooters.
That's what you know.
Oh my God!
Wait, so she went to Disneyland on Wednesday. My guess is that she waited so long for most of the day that she was like, "I'm never doing this again."
Yeah,
that's a good
we
plan.
need you to break your ankle.
We need you to break your ankle so we can put you in a cast so you can be in one of those hover rounds so that we could get the front of the line pass. And nobody can say 2 words about it. Look, for those catching up on the fly, Kendall is Fletch's wife, and she's a Disney adult. So she goes to the park a lot. But if you have somebody with a broken ankle, whether purposely broken or just accidentally broken, doesn't matter, because guess what?
Right.
Walt doesn't know the difference over there. Happiest place on earth. He don't care.
Do we know if Kendall is expecting?
See, that's what I'm thinking.
Wait, like a baby?
Yeah. We try to guess whether or not a child's been conceived between the two of them daily.
I thought
today feels like the day.
I didn't know they did things that led to conceiving a child.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
When you look at them, you consider them almost like asexual. I don't know. I could see Fletch
I
bugging
see,
her enough.
Well, hold on. I see the love and attraction to each other there. I see that. It's beautiful love.
Yeah.
They just don't strike me as a very physically intimate couple. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'll tell you right now, they are getting down to the business of getting down to the business, and
Right.
a baby is on the way. And congratulations to
not confirmed, but
Fletch.
all signs point to.
But we do like to congratulate them just in case, because we are ready to be godparents.
Should we make a get well card, by the way?
Oh, actually, that'd be very.
We definitely should.
Yeah.
We should go there and sign his cast. Actually, we should draw pictures on his cast.
Yeah. I was thinking of something like that would remind you of like the jersey swap we were just talking about last segment.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like a real triumphant.
Something vascular. Look, the point is, actually, there is no point. The point is, get well soon, Fletch.
Yes,
Thank you for
exactly.
jumping in the chair, J-Riff. Here's the deal. The NFL went bonkers for about 72 hours, and then the Heat slowed down. But then all of a sudden, over the weekend, it went nuts again. Justin Fields is now a Pittsburgh Steeler. The Steelers now have Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. The AFC North, it's like some of the greatest quarterbacks in the league, and then it feels like the Isle of Misfit Toys.
Right.
You have on this side of the AFC North, you have Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. You go, whoa, that's a good division quarterback-wise. You're like, hang on, I'm not finished. And then we have Deshaun Watson with the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
And with the Pittsburgh Steelers, we've got a twofer. We got Russ and Fields.
But it's two quarterbacks that you're like, I don't know if that will work.
No.
Yeah.
In fact, you're fairly certain whoever gets to start, which it is going to be Russ. It was announced that Russ will be the starter. Fields will back him up. It feels like the Pittsburgh fans are at some point going to stage a revolt, and they're going to start chanting Justin Fields' name, and he's going to get on the field, because that's basically how they got their offensive coordinator fired last season. They would literally be chanting "Fire Canada" at Penguins games.
Right. That is very true. But you got to be looking at this for the Steelers standpoint, where they go, well, we got Russell Wilson on $1 million. I mean, if it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, well, we'll put Justin Fields in.
Yeah. And
it's not, I mean, if you were paying $1 million to a backup quarterback, okay.
$1 million is a drop in the ocean to all these NFL franchises, especially when you look at cap expansion. This year, the salary cap went up a great deal. And so nobody's worried about a vet minimum salary. I agree with you there. But is there any place where Mike Tomlin can't handle the dynamic? Because Russell Wilson isn't performing well. The Steelers overall maybe are performing well, but the issues at quarterback, he's not quite ready to throw Justin Fields in there. And then you have this distraction of who's going to be your starting quarterback next week. And that goes on we've seen it in the past, goes on for weeks until they finally get there, and it disturbs the season in some great way.
Wait, so you think that Mike Tomlin's job could be on the line based on these quarterbacks and how they play?
I personally think that Tomlin's job is on the line without these quarterbacks.
But if you're a head coach, is Russell Wilson in his present state and Justin Fields who you want to hang your hat on to save your job?
Well, I don't know about that. But this is kind of, to me, it kind of feels like it's a now or never moment for Mike Tomlin. I mean, he's got to do something here. Otherwise, not only do the Steelers organization go, okay, I mean, obviously it's time to move on, but you have the fans who will probably start asking for it. And the Steeler fans get very vocal very quickly. What else is Tomlin going to do? I mean, he's got two really good possible people at the helm here. So this is a good deal, I think, for the Steelers in both sets here, both manners.
I think overall it's a net positive. I guess I point out the negatives because we've seen the negatives play out in the past, where you have a quarterback on your roster who the fans aren't necessarily wrapping their arms around or have the warm and fuzzies about. And that's Russell Wilson. Let's face it. Half of the fan base was like, all right, we'll see how Russ does. Can't be any worse than Trubisky, Pickett, or Rudolph.
Right.
And then half the fans were like, oh my God, we're doing the same thing we did a year ago, using some veteran to bridge a gap to where, maybe nowhere, because we haven't had a quarterback since Big Ben.
So let me ask you this, it's both of you guys. Who do you trust more? Justin Fields or Russell Wilson?
Myself.
He'd rather just no one there. Just,
it's just J-Riff.
No, I think it's hard.
J-Riff is now throwing his hat in the ring to be the Steelers starting quarterback.
you might win.
I'll take the league salary. I'll take the league minimum. Yeah. I think it's tough because Justin Fields, we haven't seen Justin Fields in like a completely competent offense all of the time. So how do you evaluate somebody you haven't seen who is surrounded by players that are going to consistently elevate him and lead him to success? Russell Wilson had that for a moment in Denver. And I think that the upside of Justin Fields outweighs what you're going to get, what we think we're going to get from Russell Wilson present day.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I probably feel the same way. I think you have more options with Justin Fields. I think that, you open up your offense a little bit more there than with Russell Wilson. He's not quite the mobile quarterback. So, I mean, I just think that the Steeler offense would probably look better under Justin Fields, but it's kind of we have a veteran Russell Wilson coming in. His stats again last year, not that bad. His winning record wasn't great, but his stats look good. So if we can translate those stats to wins here in Pittsburgh for $1 million, we'll take it.
Yeah, look, this has spider legs because it's not just Russ signing with the Steelers or Fields getting traded to the Steelers. It's also now where Kenny Pickett lands and what this means for quarterbacks overall. Because let's face it, Kenny Pickett was had a very short on-ramp into the NFL before a decision was made on him. And this is a harsh reality that more and more first rounders are facing as the NFL draft is just around the corner. We got to get into that storyline. Also, we got a pair of tickets to see Social Distortion at North Island Credit Union Amphitheater on April 12th. We have a halftime coming up in just a moment. They're going to have special guests, Bad Religion, tickets and info at Ticketmaster.com, and a $50 gift card to Islands. That's right. If you want great drinks and those fresh cut fries and fine burgers, my goodness, you got to get to Islands, especially during March. Okay, but first this.
I see a bunch of guys playing with their technique and fundamentals.
Everything we said we're not going to do, we've done. We're playing down to 11. No. It's halftime. All right, J-Riff, what do you got for us?
He did it.
Yeah, we're ready, man. We're ready.
By the way, the face he was making, the entire intro, I'm like, oh, he did something.
I was ready. Really quickly on the text line, an 859 number. Nope, that's the wrong one, but I appreciate what that 859 number 619 number says. So J-Riff broke Fletch's ankles with a nasty crossover dribble and is now being punished by having to cover the morning shift. That's cold. I agree. I agree.
Did you play basketball with Fletch this weekend?
Yeah. So it's funny. He actually was supposed to play Saturday morning with us, and then he flaked.
Wow. He didn't break the ankle till Sunday.
Right. Though. So the whole acorn thing is a cover up. We played. I crossed him up. And now he's in the emergency room.
There's another text that says, Rich, this is Granny Gertrude. I'm worried about Ben. Is he okay? Yeah, Granny, he's okay. Just hurt his ankle hiking. He'll be back. He'll be back sometime this week.
All right. If you guys didn't know, it's tournament season.
Yeah.
Let's go. I am so amped. Rich, during the break, you're like, Sunday, whatever. And I was like, yeah, well, I did this, but I also spent like 8 hours researching for the bracket for this moment.
I want to hear all about it.
Oh, dude, that's a whole 3-hour show in itself. But here are my takeaways.
Okay.
Number one, NC State, baby, the 11th seed. NC State taking on the 6th seed Texas Tech. This is an NC State team that was 8-10 in the in the Big 12 conference, in the ACC.
In the ACC. Yeah.
And then they go into the ACC tournament where they have to win 5 games. You have to win 5 games as a lower seed in the ACC tournament to win the tournament championship. They beat Louisville, which was a game that the three of us could have won. Then they beat Syracuse.
I don't know if you've ever seen me play.
Well, Travis, I have seen you play, and you could beat Louisville. They fired their coach like immediately out, like before that game even ended. And then they beat Syracuse, and then they beat Duke, Virginia, and North Carolina. I mean, a resume like that going into the tournament, like there's not a better team with 3 better wins than North Carolina State going into the NCAA tournament.
I agree with that. The Wolfpack, they're on fuego. This has shades of the 2011 UConn Huskies running the table in the Big East tournament, going 5 games in 5 nights, winning them all, and then running the table in March. That wasn't a good Huskies team. UConn that year had the lowest offensive efficiency ratings that of any
ever,
national
right?
champion who's ever won the tournament. So it can happen.
But we have seen now in 5 of the last 7 years, we have seen double-digit seeds make it to the Elite Eight. NC State is definitely a prime option for something like that. Let's go over to the San Diego State side of the bracket. This is the most difficult path to a championship than any of the regions. You have UConn.
Anyone has ever
that has ever
in
existed.
the history of man.
Just listen to this.
Break it down for us, J-Riff.
All right, UConn obviously defending champs, #1 overall seed in the nation, unbelievable team. Stetson getting in for its first ever time to the NCAA tournament after winning the A-Sun Conference Championship.
Yeah, who did they beat?
The Hatters.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
Hatters
They beat the Hatters.
they beat Jacksonville in the semifinals.
I was listening to the final call of that game last night or yesterday or driving around. It's unbelievable. I
so
love this
good.
time of year.
Oh, it's the best. Okay, Northwestern FAU. Northwestern has upset potential. They have a guard named Boo Buie. B-O-O-B-U-I-E. He is a monster. He leads the team in scoring. He's had 30-plus point games like 7 or 8 times this year. So we know how good FAU is. They have had some struggles this season. This is a good spot for a Northwestern upset. So that 8-9 matchup, that's a juicy one. UAB has no chance against San Diego State. We don't have to get into that. Auburn is the other hot team. Besides NC State, I'm scared of Auburn. Bruce Pearl has his boys rolling. They win the SEC championship. They have a center. His first name is Johnny, spelled Johnie. His name is Johnny Broome, Broome.
From Karate Kid?
Yeah, dude.
And
Sweep
the leg.
Johnny
Broome.
Johnny Broome. and
Make good signs.
there is a very good
No
chance
mercy.
that
Travis, we need to drive to Spokane after the show.
there's a really good chance that we see Johnny Broome against Jaden Ledee in the round of 32. That might be the best match. Like that is a big man matchup for the ages.
These are made up names, right? You're just making stuff
You
up.
think Jaden Ledee's a made up name?
No.
Johnny Broome and Boo Buie are real players. I promise you.
Fantastic. That's fantastic.
Get them on. Maybe we'll have a jersey swap after the game with them.
Bowie
Just like Grady
and
Dick
Broome.
and
Anthony
Black.
Leaky
No,
Black.
Leaky Black's a different player.
He
But
plays
could
for Charlotte.
participate.
He plays for Charlotte.
Yeah.
This was a game between Orlando.
But you could have had Grady Black and Leaky Dick.
Okay, actually, if they do a 3-way swap,
Wait.
Leaky.
Oh my God. Don't Google that.
You know what? Yeah, actually, yeah. It'll send you very different websites than the last one we were discussing. Okay, J-Riff, you absolutely knocked it out of the park. That is as good of a halftime as we've had in a while.
Yeah.
Look, March Madness, it's just that. I mean, you could be like J-Riff and you could sit down and do 8 hours of homework on your bracket, but the truth is he has just as good a shot as you do.
I know I'm going to be out in like the first 3 games.
Yeah, you're going to be like, well, my bracket's busted, and it is only 10 a.m. on Thursday. Great.
That was me last year.
Oh, I know. It
Yeah.
happens fast for some. All right, coming up next, we got to get into, well, first of all, we have these 2 great giveaways, the $50 gift card to Islands, and also, again, keep your eye out for the pair of tickets to see Social Distortion. But coming up next, we got to talk about this Aztec team and their route to get to where they are. Yeah, easier first round matchup against the UAB Blazers. But is this the same team as last year? We'll discuss coming up next. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
Hey guys, if you are looking for a place to catch all of the college basketball tournament action, well, you can catch it all in March at Dave & Buster's. Look, Dave & Buster's, one of my favorite places to go. And I'm talking not just because of the games, but I'm talking about the new, improved, and outrageously delicious menu. But the games, of course, new games that you've never seen before. They've got ones that are coming in brand spanking new, I've never even heard of. And you know, I love the games. Come on. Also, lots of TVs. And we're talking UFC fights, baseball, basketball, anything you want to watch there, they're going to have it up on the screen. Happy hour happens Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Half price cocktails, $1 off drafts and wine glasses, 10% military and first responder discount all day, every single day. So schedule your next event by calling them directly or visit daveandbusters.com. They've got 2 locations, one here in Mission Valley, one up in Carlsbad. Look, I was just at the Carlsbad location yesterday, playing some games, putting some money, loading up the cards. Me and my son, we went head to head. And of course, I came out victorious. Actually, we all came out victorious because the food is so good at Dave & Buster's. Don't miss it. Get on out to Dave & Buster's, Mission Valley or Carlsbad. I'll see you there.
This update is presented by Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Aztecs losing in the Mountain West Conference Tournament Championship to New Mexico, but they still represent the conference who has put out 6 teams into the NCAA tournament. As the highest seed, as a 5th seed, they'll take on Alabama Birmingham, the winners of the American Conference Tournament, on Friday at 10:45. In other local college basketball news, UC San Diego is headed to its first Division I postseason in the school's history after finishing runner-ups in the Big West regular season. They're ineligible for the Big West tournament or the NCAA tournament, but they will be facing Chicago State in the CBI on Saturday. And Justin Fields got traded from the Chicago Bears to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Guess what, San Diego? Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air just turned the cool factor up a notch. Right now, buy an AC unit, get the furnace for free. Don't miss their semi-annual BOGO sale. Visit AndersonPHA.com. Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Nobody wows clients like they do.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's Big Rich TD and Fletch. San Diego Sports 760. Social D tickets. They're going to be playing at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater April 12th. Special guest Bad Religion there. Tickets and info, Ticketmaster.com, or just keep listening to your chance to win. I always like when it says tickets and info. Like if you're like, I would like some information.
Are you an
on
info
this.
kind of guy? Do you like to read like everything before like you eat it or you buy it or?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't do any of that. At all. Do you read what's in whatever you're going to eat?
Now I do.
Really?
Everything?
Now it's everything.
Oh, man, that seems like a lot of work. Like that's probably like. Wait, are you just gonna say this body requires a lot of work?
No. This isn't work. First of all, this is a lifestyle. Second of all, this body's a temple, Travis.
Just look at me here at Globo Gym.
Listen, I like my diets to have no exercise requirements or counting points or calories.
That's why we signed up with scfatloss.com.
That's right. Wait, Chloe. They'll help you out.
They actually will, and they have with us, and it's a part of the hook. Is like you don't got to read any labels. You just kind of go off and do whatever they tell you to do, and it works.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. J-Riff, you get into some weird stuff.
Like what?
Well, veganism first and foremost. Also, it was like, was it all of a sudden that basketball became your thing? Because I remember one day you were talking on the Darren Smith show, and I was listening. I'm like, since when does J-Riff play basketball?
No, I've always played basketball.
Is that true? That's always been a part? Okay.
Yeah. No, that's been like a huge part of my identity.
I have a cousin who is like this, we grew up together. He has hobbies, right? You know, he's the type of person who like, he'll jump from hobby to hobby to hobby, and it becomes his identity because he's completely consumed by this hobby, whatever it is, for a little while. Are you that kind of guy? Or are you going to stick with veganism for years now? What side of the fence you fall on?
You're hoping that I'd switch back over so badly, Rich. Like any piece of information I have no idea. Like honestly, like I'm right. Life is about transition. This is where we are right now. When I'm on my deathbed, whether or not I'm vegan my entire life, I'm gonna look back and be like, "Hey, man, I effing tried it." And like that's living a full life.
Did you just say you were transitioning?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
God, I want to dump button you so bad right now.
No. Listen, it's beautiful and it's natural.
Yeah.
And you stop. Stop.
I have no problem with it.
Nobody does.
Whatever.
No, I don't want to dump. To be clear,
full inclusivity.
I don't want to dump button you because of the implication you're making. I have no problem with that.
Uh-huh.
It's because we all know that you know what I was talking about. And it's to save you from the response.
I'm just saying what the listener's thinking.
Yeah, we were confused. So were they. And we look at it and we say, yeah, no, it makes sense. You know, listen, good luck.
Second time I've offended J-Riff today.
Look,
those are the 2 times you know about.
All we're saying is good luck with veganism and everything else.
Yeah,
that's all we're trying to say.
Right. Veganism was not your idea, though. It was Jenna's idea.
It was I don't know. I think it was my idea.
Really?
Yeah.
And Jenna was like, "I'll do it with you."
Jenna was like, "Yeah, like you're my partner in crime. We're gonna conquer this."
Wow.
Jeez.
Does she like it?
Less.
What? Really? Wow.
Les.
But she's very much on board, man. I'm telling you, this cooking vegan thing is fun. Like you are put to the test.
Yeah, that's why I'd fail. Did
You kind of lost me at cooking.
yeah, did she think the pizza was 10 out of 10?
Oh, 12 out of 10.
12 out of 10.
All right, we got to try this pizza.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah. Can you
J-Riff.
bring a piece of the pizza?
If you are
Yes.
here doing our show tomorrow, then yeah,
I will bring you pizza.
we
Okay.
will enjoy that.
Okay, do we bring another pizza just to stack it up against it?
We probably should stop by 7-Eleven.
I would
do you-
appreciate
do
if
you-
you didn't diminish the experience of my pizza like that by tainting it with another pizza. But
Well,
you
I mean,
do
we'll
you,
try
man.
your pizza first.
Yeah. We'll give yours like the empty stomach, like, wow, really could go for some pizza right now.
Right.
Bite.
Right.
And then we'll just slap around with whatever pizza we can find.
Do you think that your pizza will hold up against 7-Eleven pizza?
To the average person, yes. To you, probably not.
now you're offending us.
Wait, what?
Now you're
Why
insulting
am
us.
I not the
Because
average
I know
person?
because I don't think that the normal pizza connoisseur holds 7-Eleven pizza to the same standard that you two hold 7-Eleven pizza to.
I'm just saying for the money, 7-Eleven's pretty damn good.
I think the value is there, J-Riff, and also they offer vegan options. I'm just kidding. So San Diego State, they get into the bracket as a 5 seed. This has pretty much been their destiny for like a month now. Lenardi's had them as a 5 seed, and it felt like very little they could do toward the end of their regular season or into the Mountain West Conference tournament could knock them off of that platitude. Now, 5 seeds are great because you get to play a 12. It's when you get into like the 6-11 matchups is when you get real trouble. So 12 seed UAB is who they'll face in Spokane. Any concern after all the research you've done over your St. Patty's Day? Any concern?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that there's like this whole pushback against like the net rankings now and like analytics. Like Rick Pitino's now going to like lead this march on like Ken Pom and like all these people and like all of the predictors who use net to predict because like he's like, oh, it's rigged. Like we should be in. UAB is 0-4 against quad 1 teams. Like they lost to Florida Atlantic on the road. They lost to Clemson, a team that, by the way, is probably going to lose to New Mexico. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. They lost to SMU. They lost to Memphis. Memphis wasn't very good this year. They got smoked by Memphis on the road. So they weren't good against teams that were held within the similar regard to San Diego State this year. Their good wins were at home for the most part against teams like North Texas and Memphis and Florida Atlantic and Southern Florida. They're not going to be at home, and they were the 5th seed in their own conference tournament.
Yeah.
And they don't shoot the ball very well. And they were in a conference that was far less superior from top to bottom.
Well, I will say this. Everything except for the conference, you could say about the Aztecs.
That's right.
They were a 5 seed in their own conference tournament. They weren't good on the road. They aren't good shooters from perimeter. The only difference is the conference level of competition.
Right.
I mean,
but if you put the Aztecs in the American,
oh, no.
They're probably a 1 or a 2 seed. Like the conferences are not created equal.
Oh no, and that's where the similarities end. And TD, we were talking about this after reading. I thought he did a really good recap. Mark Ziegler in the UT, the article that sort of outlined some of the Aztecs' problems. It did highlight a lot of the things they did well as well. Jaden Ledee has been the focus of this team. He's a superstar. But they've got issues, and this isn't the same team they were heading into March last year.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what makes me nervous is watching that championship game where their final 14 shots, they make 1.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a championship team. That's not saying it was a one-off. I mean, that's not saying that. It could change, could turn around. But if you're just looking at it as a singular event, whew.
But I still think there's some like obvious, like, look, the tournament's a grind. Like, don't get me wrong, but like you're coming again, like an overtime win against UNLV at their place. Then you stomp Utah State in an emotional game. And then you're playing a New Mexico team that has played one more game. And like they're in their 4th game in 4 nights, but they played inferior talent leading up to that game. So like tired legs, I think were expected. So like, I don't, that's not going to happen in this game for the Aztecs. The scary game is if and probably when they play Auburn. Like that game, Auburn is an amazing, amazing team. And I'm telling you, Johnny Broom, Jaden Ledee, man, that's the matchup of the century.
No, Cobra Kai, do or die. 60. I got to read you this text. Good morning. So listen, my guys, I was listening to the show. I'm sure this is Joe Moon writing this. So I was listening to J Riff talk. I'm starting to feel like he's the guy who walks into an interview in a suit holding a basketball, and then they ask him, hey, what's with the ball, man? And he answers, oh, I'm a baller. I play. That's a great text.
You did say it was part of your identity. I've never thought like, oh, this is part of my identity.
Well, about
anything.
I didn't think of that. Like, you meet J-Riff, the first thing you think isn't like point guard. You know, I mean, it didn't come to mind. And it's no offense.
However, that's what Ben Fletcher thought as well. Fletch got it handed to him because turns out J-Riff can ball.
Yeah, he can. I mean, truthfully, he is he's a triple threat.
Like,
as a point guard, he is a triple threat.
I'm also like way better now than I was last June when we played. And I'm in way better shape.
Well, hold on.
Not that I needed to be.
Did you miss any shots? Did you miss any shots at the Hardwood and Balls?
I don't think so. Maybe one.
Yeah, I mean, so you're way better?
Yeah.
Like, meaning you're not going to miss ever?
No, it's not about missing. It's just like my skill set is expanded.
Yeah.
If we played like we played
like
to
you
21.
And me?
Yeah.
Okay.
We played to 21.
No, you would not score.
Ever?
No, not at all.
Not one time.
You would not score one time.
If I score one time, am I victorious?
Yes.
I feel like this is a matchup that should happen.
Yeah.
I'm confident I can score one.
This isn't the first time that Travis, when I was in Mary's office and I was like, so Hardwood and Balls round 2.
Yeah.
Travis goes, why don't you play somebody different? I'm like, who? And he goes, me. So clearly Travis wants to play.
I do.
I'm shocked that you want to play in the Hardwood and Balls Classic, but I am here for it.
I mean, in fact, I think I'd play in a flannel.
Just shows up. He shows up to work. The only difference is he wears rec specs with the elastic band. Like, so instead of the glasses, or maybe it's just, or he just has someone
super short shorts. He just has his shorts up to his
just has somebody just tighten the lanyard on the back of his glasses.
He has a mouth guard in.
Really
quickly,
quickly,
760 number asks, what does UAB stand for? It's the University of Alabama at Birmingham.
Yeah.
The Blazers.
Yeah.
FAU,
Florida Atlantic University.
Forced Air Unit.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you were in Canada, I do believe they are cursing at you if they switched up a couple letters, I guess.
Oh, is that true?
FU, eh?
Oh, you know what that means. It's your first of the day. I can't believe it. I mean, it's 7:44. This is the latest lap. That's pretty good. So Travis is going to take a quick lap. And that's actually perfect timing because we need to take a break here. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. Coming up next, he went from Super Bowl halftime show to owing MGM $50 million. We'll fill you in on the other side. What's up? Golden Triangle. Hey, what's up? It's Big Rich for Golden Triangle Plastic Surgery, the Man Zone. Their medical director over there, Dr. Roy David, is a double board certified plastic surgeon, but the Man Zone is very different from his plastic surgery business. What he does at the Man Zone is he caters to men's health. And look, this is one of those topics that rarely gets discussed because, let's face it, men and doctors' offices, they normally don't mix. A lot of guys are skipping their annual physicals. Not a good idea. A lot of guys aren't really taking care of themselves. Also not a great idea. Here in 2024, what you can do for yourself to live better is get down to the Man Zone once a year. That's all you need to do. If your testosterone is in check, you don't have to do anything else. All you got to do is a simple blood draw just to make sure that you are on the right path, and then away you go, and you won't see anybody for another year. But if you come in a tick low, or maybe you're really low and you just don't know it, I'm telling you right now, testosterone replacement therapy can change your life. I was feeling lethargic, low energy, having trouble getting to the gym, desire to work out. All those things were really difficult for me. And then all of a sudden I got my testosterone right and I feel completely different. I'm in my late 30s, but if you're in your 40s, your 50s, or 60s, this could be you too, right? It probably is. I'm guessing I'm speaking to half of the listening audience right now who could probably use testosterone, whether you know it or not. So it's today. It's today. It's tomorrow. It's this week. It's sometime this month. Get to the Man Zone, get yourself tested, and you can start a new life. I'm serious about that. This is a total game changer. Okay, so it's themanzone.com. You could check out all the information there. You could book your appointment through the website, themanzone.com. Big Rich, TDM, Fletch, San Diego Sports 760 on a Monday morning. We are getting inundated with text messages today. I know the show has sounded very different from the jump. Look, Fletch, he'll be back. He only broke 2 bones in his leg. That's all.
That's it. Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Just hiking with the dog yesterday, which I warned him against. I was like,
the bangers?
yeah,
The roadies, the dogs?
The roadies, the dogs, the hangers, the bangers. Now, he was hiking with his real dog. Big mistake. I said to, I cautioned this. I'm like, do you have any idea what hiking is? He was like, what? And I was like, it's walking.
You're outside.
Yeah, dude, the dangers are abundant. He ran into a rattlesnake one day, and
You
now he
would've
has a
thought,
broken
man,
ankle.
You would have thought that as he escaped the rattlesnake, he would have learned, I shouldn't go back out there in the wild.
I would have stayed in my house for the rest of the year. I would have been like that. I'm going to call it 2024 here on March, whatever that was, March 11th. That's it.
We checked in on him. He said he was getting ready to take some pain medication. I feel like that means we should probably call him in a few minutes.
We should.
Yeah.
We should get him on the line. Speaking of calling in, we have a texter who's texting in saying, hey, Jairus' voice makes me want to punch him. So I guess this isn't somebody who's listening to the whole.
Wait,
listen,
that's not Jim Russell, is it?
let me see if they signed it at all. Yeah, because okay, my guys, look, the more J-Riff talks, the more it reminds me of the scene in Step Brothers where the guy tells Will Ferrell, something about your face just makes me want to punch you. Something about J-Riff's voice makes me want to punch him. Have you ever gotten this before, this criticism?
First of all, look at the stream, see if my face matches the voice, and see if my face makes me want to punch you. Or you want to punch me. Number two, I appreciate the comparison to Will Ferrell. I agree. Number three, this is pretty on par for like how I lived in high school.
Wow. Do they know though, like the dangers of punching you? You're pretty chiseled. You know what I mean?
It might hurt their hand, but like,
oh my God.
I'm not much
Did
of
you
a
just
fighter,
say
guys.
that? It might hurt their hand.
I'm not much of a fighter. Do I come off
more of a
douchey?
lover?
Like, do I have a douchey tone of voice?
Honestly,
what is it?
No, not even a little bit.
No.
Not even a little bit.
No. I will say though,
you go.
the entrance to the studio when you come in, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's dark out, and you're wearing aviators.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, hang on. And then also, like just in general, the style of clothing you've started wearing since you started working out, it's like as you're growing larger, your clothing, it's on a sliding scale against each other.
Right.
Your clothing are becoming smaller as you get larger.
And it's not because you're getting larger that it looks smaller. It's you actually went and purchased one size smaller.
That is not true, by the way.
Or that's from the women's rack.
Yeah, the sleeves are flared.
Actually,
Gives my biceps more room.
The shirt I'm wearing was a Christmas gift from Jenna's mom.
I
So
swear to God, I thought you were about to say the shirt I'm wearing is Jenna's. I swear to God, I thought that's the way
she wears it sometimes. So maybe it could be.
Who wears it better?
Oh, dude, she wears everything better.
Yeah.
Listen. Oh, and I guess the third thing is, in general, it's not your voice, but like the way you'll say things. It can lead people down that path of like, oh, this guy is speaking at me or down to me. So yeah, I get. You know, actually, I'm gonna rewind on everything we just said.
Wait.
No, you are a total douche.
By the way, when you come in the studio with your aviators, why do you take them off so slowly?
Yeah,
You know?
it's either
It's
slowly or super fast.
Or just whips them off
Yeah,
with
you
one
just-
hand.
Like all of a sudden, it's like he's like a cop who just got to his desk. He's like, God, another death on
Because
patrol. This is my third partner in 8 weeks.
I'm trying to get my brain to transition to what life looks like. Like when I'm wearing aviators and when I'm not. Like life is just better behind those sunglasses. Like,
Wait.
let me just be honest with you.
What do you see?
I just feel like I'm in my own world. Like that's what I want. Like people can't see my eye. Well, that sounds creepy, but
Especially when you're outside of a chain link fence. I don't know, near a school.
Within 100 yards, though. I mean, come on. Respectful distance. Come on.
Yeah, I would never break a court order. Well, here's the thing about those glasses. You wear them whether it's light or dark.
Yep.
You are the perfect candidate for Apple Vision Pro, which, by the way, would be your complete D-bag metamorphosis if you came in wearing Vision Pro goggles.
My gosh.
And like,
Hold on.
like, no, I like to do the show in AR.
If we were to secure some Apple Vision Pro goggles, would you wear them 100% of the time?
oh man,
I mean, $3,500.
If they were given to me, probably.
Okay, yeah. Listen,
If I paid for them, probably not.
The answer is yes.
That seems backwards.
No, because I don't want to break them.
No, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. You adopted veganism. There is no doubt in my mind that you would wear.
Wait. Hold on. No, hold on. I think that now I am not like this at all. This is not a political statement. I'm looking straight into the camera and saying this is not a political statement.
But you're running for vice
because
president.
Yeah,
independent ticket. Is that what you're about to say?
I have Aaron Rodgers and I have spoken. And no, a lot of people who practice veganism. Not a lot of people. I don't want to, but is a group of people who practice veganism or anti-corporation, which means that they're not going to wear Apple whatever goggles.
Yeah, the Vision Pro goggles. Yeah.
So I don't think they typically go hand in hand. Now, I embrace corporations at times, so maybe.
Oh, God, it's starting to feel like the douchiness goes hand in hand with it, though.
I mean, it's really. I mean, you're not arguing in your own favor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, like so many.
You're like, you're right. I'm a total doucher.
You're like. In fact, I love corporate culture. In fact, let's take a quick break right now. We'll give you back 5.
We gotta pay some bills.
Yeah, we were gonna go to 8 o'clock, but you know what? Stole you back 5 minutes. How do you feel about that? Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Fletch is out. J-Riff is in, and I'm sure he's regretting the decision.
Yeah, right.
We are abusive. I've realized. I've just had my first cup of coffee, so hopefully that settles things
Toxic
down.
is the word I would use. I would say toxic.
We're toxic.
We're toxic?
Yeah.
This is toxic.
And trust me, he knows. He reads all the food labels.
Yeah. Saturday's Wordle was toxin.
Dude, that's the first one I lost in a long time.
What? Oh my gosh.
T-O, I got that.
I just remember because I was skating underneath the wire to keep my streak alive.
5 tries. And I didn't ask anybody, I didn't look it up. I was just like, nah, you've done it to yourself. You'll never know. You big idiot.
Loser.
Huge loser. Okay. Moving on. We have the Padres in Korea. Ha-Seong Kim is jacking homers left and right. We'll talk to JP Morosi.
It was close.
You thought that
I was like, huh?
I'll tell you what, I zigged when you thought I was going to zag. A little bit of a jersey swap there.
Full swap.
JP Morosi, MLB insider, is going to jump on the show. He's going to give us the updates from South Korea. We got to go. It's Big Rich here for the Good Feet Store. Let me tell you something right now. Whatever you're doing, all right, whether you're seated currently, I know it's early in the morning. A lot of people are probably just getting their day started. Or if you're on your feet already and your workday has begun, if your shoes don't have arch supports from the Good Feet Store in them and you struggle with any lower body joint pain, you may want to go ahead and adjust that. And here's how. You go to goodfeet.com or you head over to one of their 200 plus locations around the US or overseas, and you meet with their specially trained employees, their specialists who walk you through the arch support buying process, a try before you buy, completely free process where they measure your feet, they balance test your body weight on your feet, they get the arch supports that perfectly match you, and then you get to test walk around the store and see if that they're for you. Also, you can walk out of the store, try them out for a week. They're going to call you, ask you how everything's going, if you need any further adjustments done, and you'll feel, if you're anything like me, the pain melt away. So I struggled with ankle pain. I struggled with knee pain and back pain. The hip pain was starting to come on post-career after my NFL career. All of that has dissipated completely. And it's with the great folks at the Good Feet Store. It wouldn't have happened unless I've been wearing these arch supports. So yeah, if you're struggling with foot pain, ankle pain, knee pain, hip pain, back pain, if you have any lower body pain whatsoever, this is the store for you. It's a Good Feet Store. Again, there's a great Mission Valley location that I got my arch supports out. Actually, I'm due for a re-up. I lost one of the relaxers. They give you 3 sets of them. Anyways, long story short, get to the Good Feet Store, goodfeet.com.
Third hour on a Monday. This update is presented by Lexus of El Cajon. Bring luxury home. Aztecs are the 5th seed in the East region of the NCAA tournament after losing to New Mexico in the conference tournament championship. They are the highest, though, of the 6 Mountain West schools to get into the NCAA tournament. Aztecs get going on Friday, taking on Alabama Birmingham, the American tourney champions, at 10:45 up in Spokane, Washington. Despite its ineligibility for the NCAA tournament, UC San Diego will be participating in the school's first Division I postseason. The Big West regular season runner-ups will play Chicago State on Saturday in the first round of the CBI. In the NFL, Justin Fields was traded from the Chicago Bears to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Experience true luxury with the great deals from Lexus El Cajon during their new store remodel. See why they're ranked #1 for customer service. Visit LexusElCajon.com. Bring luxury home from Lexus El Cajon.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
Time to rise and shine. Wake up! Came so close. The Scarlet and Black fall in the Mountain West Tournament Final, but they will be part of the madness.
To Spokane, Washington, where we find the 5 seed is San Diego State. Last year's national runner-up making their 4th straight appearance. They will face the 12 seed UAB in their first year in the American Athletic Conference, winning the conference tournament.
We take a first look at the brackets, plus a look ahead to the 2 games in South Korea and more NFL players on the move.
5 other teams other than Pittsburgh had reached out about Justin Fields in a variety of roles, but most of those roles were for him to come in as a backup. And that's what he's going to be in Pittsburgh for now.
Now, here are the guys.
Happy Monday to those who celebrate, and a very merry day after St. Patrick's Day to you all. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you. San Diego Sports 760. I would say we are down 1 Ben Fletcher, but he's jumped on the stream. Jumped on the stream. So let's welcome in our man on injured reserve. Ben Fletcher, you're back on your morning radio show to tell your story here. Now, I will warn you, we're gonna kick you right up the stream so we can actually talk to JP Morosi here pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
But we do want to hear. So first and foremost, bud, how you doing?
You know, it feels like I broke my ankle.
Yeah, wow.
That hurts like really bad. I don't think I'd ever actually broken a bone before outside of like my fingers. But the second it happened, well, yeah. But the second it happened yesterday, like the first thing I said, I looked at Kendall, I was like, I just broke my effing ankle. And I said that about 20 times because I was in a little bit of shock. But it felt like one of those injuries like you see in a football game where the dude holds up his leg and his ankle is just like dangling there. And that's what I thought happened at first because I couldn't, like it felt like my foot was just dangling there. Luckily, that wasn't the case. It's 2 breaks, 1 on the side, 1 on the back. And who knows if I'm going to need surgery. I got to talk to Doc Chow pretty soon here.
Yeah. Did you do the tib and the fib?
I don't know the exact words. I was on a lot of drugs when the doctor was telling me everything.
Didn't like write a report and send you home with the report?
Yeah, it's up on the counter, though. It's too far away.
You should tweet out the details of the report.
I'm telling you, like, I can't get to it right now.
Now, one thing I'm concerned of, because I'm sure you'll be making your way back here in the next at least day or 2, I would imagine. You seem like you're in good spirits here, but will you be able to bathe?
Ooh.
See, that's a great question. The doc just told me use a trash bag to jump in the shower. But I'm like,
wait, like as a bathing device?
I just picture like Ben like halfway in a garbage pail.
No, I thought the same thing.
Just like
upside down,
like a hobo. Like I'm just under this overpass, just freshening up the pits.
Doctor's orders.
Yeah, I mean, or I'll just use like wet wipes and just kind of get my whole body.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
that's enough, right?
Lord, yeah, that'll be fine.
J-Riff, if you thought it was gross going into the production studio, picking up after Fletch before, you're going to be picking up wet wipes now. Because I have a feeling on those mornings where he's running short on time, maybe the hygiene's going to take place right in the seat you're in.
There probably is going to be some bottles filled with whatever as well next to the chair in here.
Oh, because he can't make it to the bathroom.
Getting to and from the bathroom is going to take more than the 6 minutes you might have for a break.
Which, by the way, I've been campaigning for, Fletch. So hopefully your injury takes us over the edge. We should be able to pee in Gatorade.
Your injury and peeing. I see what you did right there.
Did you? Did you? Wow, that was a good one though. That was solid performance.
He might have to take a lap.
Right.
There he goes.
He's going out of here, Jay.
Or did you get like a motorized cart or anything?
No, I guess the orthopedic surgeon has to be the one to actually give you one of those, unless you want to just buy one on Amazon, which they're like $100, dude. I don't know, and it's not motorized either. It's like a scooter for your leg.
But
we'll see. I might get one.
Did Kendall look at this and go, "Oh man, we're gonna get into the line so much quicker at Disneyland now"?
No, dude, she hasn't even thought of that, but I heard you guys talking about it on the show earlier, and I'm curious if she was listening at that time, because she's definitely going to want to take advantage of me. Now, Rich, you've had lots of injuries throughout your life. How quickly did Annie change from being like the really comforting, sweet, oh, what can I get for you? Do you need me to fluff up the pillows again? Like, what do you need me to do to figure it out yourself? You're an adult. Stop being a baby.
I hate to break it to you now, and no pun intended, I swear, but you're not going to make it to the weekend. This is like
you got hours left.
Yeah, you're on the off ramp and you don't even realize it. Like, you've entered the freeway and now you're exiting the freeway as we speak. Hey, listen, buddy. We'll do this again, hopefully tomorrow morning if you're in shape to come back. If not, J-Riff said, dude, he loves waking up at 3 a.m. He'll be right back in the chair.
Yep.
He doesn't mind. Thank you for sharing a little bit of the tale, and we're very sorry that you snapped your leg, bub.
Yep, later, nerds.
See you later.
See ya, man.
Well, from one great to the next, we say goodbye to Ben Fletcher to welcome in one of our favorite guests of all time on this radio program, JP Morosi, MLB insider. This man is, to say he is busy would be the overstatement of a century. He does it all. So if you're watching baseball, he's probably watching it live from wherever it is. I don't know how he does this, but he can actually work 2 games bi-coastal at the same time. I've seen it before. JP Morosi joining us this morning. How you doing, JP?
Rich and TD, I am outstanding, my friends. And I get to say to you, good morning as well, because it is actually past midnight here in Seoul, South Korea, 12:12 a.m. Tuesday. And so I wish you a good morning where I am and a good morning where you are as well.
That's incredible. Wow. And by the way, thank you again. I failed to mention, reporting to us live from Seoul, South Korea, the site of the Dodgers and the Padres as they're gearing up for their matchup later this week. JP Morosi, so kind to join us at midnight his time. So first question, first rattle out of the box, how's South Korea?
Amazing. I've had an extraordinary experience. I got here, 2 days ago, Seoul time. So midday Sunday, went right to the ballpark after I checked in. So I was able to see the Padres play that night against the Korean national team. And then I came back Monday to see them play the LG Twins in the morning, or noon, I should say. And then the Dodgers played the Korean national team just a few hours ago. So I was able to watch 3 games in 2 days, and we got a little bit of a day off to recuperate here and do probably a little bit of sightseeing, which I'm excited about. Probably see a palace and see some of the markets here in Seoul. But it's been an amazing experience. The people here are so gracious. Dave Roberts talked about that as well, about the Dodgers and their accommodations, and the Padres have been similarly complimentary. The enthusiasm of the fans here and the constant cheering, singing, music, it does recall a Cameron Indoor Stadium type of a vibe. Obviously, we've got a March Madness time of year as well. It does feel that way in terms of just the energy. And so you rarely get that sort of college, youthful energy and cheering and chanting at pro sports events. Doesn't happen very often, but it happens a lot here. In fact, it happens basically every day. And it's so unique to be here. You've got 3 teams that exist within the city limits of Seoul and then 2 others in the immediate suburbs. So basically you've got 5 teams in one city, one metro area, which is fairly remarkable, and just creates a real familiarity. Fans can take the subway to go watch road games because it's all so close. It's a unique experience. And we saw today a really impressive performance from the Korean national team against the Dodgers. The Dodgers won, but Team Korea had two different starting pitchers who actually, in this case, pitched in relief, who are just 18 years old, guys, and they're facing the Los Angeles Dodgers. So it just tells you how much talent they have here in Korea.
Well, another young player that we're cheering on over here, JP, and I'm going to ask you if we are allowed to be this excited about Jackson Farrell Merrill. 23 minutes ago, you tweet out he's got the starting job. He's center fielder.
Woo! He is indeed. And I would say one of the big tells in that regard was that by the time he played his first game here in Seoul, his number had dropped from 73. With all due respect to those that wear number 70, which is a great number in football, but it is not necessarily associated with everyday player greatness in baseball. And so you wanted to get him the appropriate jersey number that you're going to be able to see on the racks at Petco Park for a long time, and that's the one that he got, number 3. So I expect that on Wednesday, Seoul time, when the season begins, he's going to be wearing that jersey, and that's exactly what he should be doing. He looks like a center fielder. He moves like a center fielder. I thought in the game against the Korean national team, he had the best at-bats of any Padre. He knows how to work an at-bat, and he has the athleticism to manage the outfield and run balls down in center field. Stole a base a couple nights ago, which was very impressive. So I just think he's ready, and the Padres clearly think so as well, because they've let him know that he's going to be their opening day center fielder, and that's his job now for the foreseeable future. And it struck me just the other day watching infield how many former shortstops the Padres have and what that means for your infield. There was a time when Cronenworth was a shortstop, and of course we know Bogarts was a shortstop. Tatis was a shortstop. Merrill was a shortstop. So you go down the list, and that's why, with all the excitement about Dylan Cease and some of the pitchers they brought in, this is going to be an elite defensive team. And I think with all the talent they have on the pitching and defense side of things, it's going to help the offense settle in and have a really productive start to 2024.
JP Morosi joining us, MLB insider. Frankly, the best voice on Major League Baseball. You look at the Padres and you look at the Dodgers as they are setting themselves up for this upcoming baseball season. What are the distinct differences? And you don't even have to necessarily say better or worse. I know, look, I've done this a long time. You want to play it down the middle a little bit, but specifically, what's different about these two teams?
Yeah, it's a great question, Rich, because I think that in some ways they have similar layouts to their rosters. There's obviously only one Ohtani, but let's remember too that he's trying to improve upon JD Martinez in that same role a year ago, and JD was an all-star and went 30 and 100. So the bar for Shohei to clear, for him to be a meaningful upgrade over JD in the first year is a pretty high one, to be honest with you. He is going to have to deliver. I think if you set aside Shohei, which is obviously that clause is doing a lot of work there, as I'm beginning to sentence with that kind of a statement. But if you set aside a lot of the fandom and the excitement surrounding Shohei, I really believe that the Padres are closer to the Dodgers than a lot of people would suggest and realize. You see Dylan Cease pitch, and then you say, wait a minute, you look at the top 3 and Darvish, Musgrove, and Cease, and then they're really excited about the way that Brito is thrown. I think he's someone that they're going to be able to count on during the course of the season. King, they believe, is as well. Vasquez, I thought, pitched really well. The knuckleballer came out last night and pitched really well too. So they've got a really good group. I think the Padres do pitching wise, and when you combine the pitch making with the defense, they've got a chance to be pretty special. I do wonder a bit about maybe the back end of the bullpen and how that will look, but I think in general this is a team that should believe that it's a playoff team, and I think is a lot closer to LA than people realize, especially when you consider for the Dodgers, they've got a question still on the infield with Lux moving to second and Mookie over at short. They've got to figure out some aspects of their rotation still, although Gavin Stone won the job here in the last week, and pitched really well last night. So I do think that the Dodgers are getting some answers here. Yamamoto has struggled a bit during spring training, so it's not a perfect team. It's a great team, but it's not perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect team, and I think that the Padres are closer to the Dodgers level than a lot of people realize.
Hey, JP, I know in the grand scheme of things, 162 games over the season, but in your opinion, how important are wins in these first couple games to the Padres? Do they need to come out and make a statement, or are they okay to take a loss if it's not a horrible loss, or what do you think?
I've said before, and I think it's still where I land on this, that a split is the most likely outcome here. And I think the Padres will find a way to get that. Remember, I think for the Padres, I was talking to Jake Cronenworth just in the last 24 hours about this. And Jake made the point. I said, what happened last year? I think everybody that's followed baseball, and specifically the Padres, wants to know some variation of the answer to that question. And I said, how is it different right now than it was a year ago? And he said, basically a year ago, just about everybody on the team was at the WBC, which obviously is my favorite event. And Jake said he was one of the handful of regulars who was not. And he thought that just a little time in terms of getting cohesion together and really developing a chemistry and a bond. I think what's happened on this trip is quite the opposite. That whereas last year they didn't have a lot of time together, now they've had all this time together. They have truly bonded and gotten to know each other in a way that I think you watch, they're going to get off to a better start than people expect. And I really believe that when you look at the dynamics of this division, yes, of course, the Dodgers have a great ball club. We know that. The D-backs are the reigning NL champs. We know that too. But the Padres are a better overall team than the Giants and a better overall team than the Rockies. And if you're third in a strong division, there's a path for you. I think too, I would say this, they have to find a way to write a different narrative about close games than what they had last year. This was the team, and you guys don't need me to tell you this, but they were the team that played just well enough to lose an awful lot last season. Talented team with a good run differential, but just couldn't close out close games. And I just think that it's going to be different this year for a variety of reasons.
John Paul Morosi, MLB Insider, MLB Network, out in Seoul, South Korea. It's something like 12:30 in the morning there right now for JP. Kind enough to join us for a little bit here, talk a little Padres Dodgers as they get set to start their regular season in Korea. Buddy, thank you so much for jumping on the show. We'll do it again real soon, and safe travels.
Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate the conversation. I always look forward to talking ball with you guys, and hopefully I'll be in San Diego many times this great baseball season.
Oh, I guarantee it. There he goes. JP Morosi, absolutely the best. Absolutely the best. Yeah, and how about that? Look, he's going to get to do a little sightseeing. I'm sure the Padres are doing some of that as well. A lot of happy news leading into this season. Farrell Merrill, you heard it from JP, looks like a real center fielder. Yeah. Dylan Cease comes over in trade. Ha-Sung Kim going yard twice against the KB, or I should say not the KBL, the Korean national team.
Right. They're doing it, man. The Padres getting me excited here. Like I'm starting to get in here, and I try not to get off the roller coaster.
Click, click, we're riding it, baby. It's happened. They get you every time. We get you every time. Okay, we have giveaways, and I mean multiple, coming up on this show. We need to start handing out tickets because we haven't done it yet, TD.
Yeah, right. I just remembered.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Listen, for anybody listening, if you want to see Social Distortion over at North Island Credit Union Amphitheater, April 12th, you need to keep listening to the show. We have a pair of tickets to go there. Also, a pair of tickets, or let's start over. $50 gift card to Islands. That's right. Islands has a vast menu of items, family-friendly, beachy vibe atmosphere with delicious food and drinks. Islands has the happiest happy hour starting weekdays at 3, the cheesiest cheddar fries and coldest beer in town. Visit Islands, find burgers and drinks. Keep listening for your chance to win. We're going to be giving those away in the next 45 minutes. Guess why?
Because we'd be 10 minutes late. 35 minutes.
35 minutes. I'm terrible at math because we have to. That's why.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, coming up next, we get back to the Aztecs. They're dancing. They're the 5 seed playing UAB in the first round of the tournament.
Yeah. but you wanted to talk about something, and I can't remember what it was.
It was my teeth.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was.
It was my
I
teeth.
knew it because you were smiling so big.
Oh, well, and that's all thanks to Dr. Jordan Colby at Ocean View Dental. The man is incredible. If you're looking for a new dentist, you stop your search. There's no looking for it. You found him. It's Dr. Jordan Colby at Ocean View Dental. He's got an office in Oceanside. He's got one in Fallbrook. Both deliver the same type of care. And what kind of care is that? It's family care. It's your whole group, right? You bring the gang in there for your teeth cleanings. If you have a major incident, it all happens in the same office. I've never been to a dentist office like this. I've always been referred out to multiple different places whenever I needed a root canal done, or if I had a tooth extraction. I remember, and this isn't long ago, so it's easy, but I was in a situation where I needed to have 3 implants put in, and I was told it was going to take 1.5 years. From soup to nuts, the whole thing was going to take 1.5 years to get done. I was going to have to visit 4 different offices, one for imaging, one for the actual surgical procedure, one just to get a conversation for the plan to get the surgical procedure, and then back to my original dentist office. I wasn't looking forward to that at all. But with Ocean View Dental, he streamlines. Dr. Jordan Colby does everything in the same office: the imaging, the procedural, the actual surgery itself, all the recovery and post-op treatments. It all happens at his place. And guess what? I had major dental surgery done, and I was back to work the next day as a broadcaster. Your mouth is pretty important when you broadcast, and I didn't miss a single day with Dr. Jordan Colby. I can't sing his praises loud enough or clear enough. You have to go experience it for yourself. So if you're interested in a new dentist, or maybe you're not, but you're listening to this and you're thinking to yourself, maybe it's time to change, Dr. Jordan Colby over at Ocean View Dental. Check him out at oceanviewdental.net. That's oceanviewdental.net.
We got a $50 gift card to Islands. We got Social D and Bad Religion tickets, and the Aztecs are dancing. It's all coming up next.
This update is presented by the Jim Buttrell Real Estate Team. Aztecs are the 5 seed out of the Mountain West Conference, the highest of the 6 teams in the NCAA tournament, despite losing in the conference championship of the tournament to New Mexico. They'll take on the University of Alabama at Birmingham, who won the American tournament on Friday at 10:45 in Spokane. That'll be right here on San Diego Sports 760. Despite its ineligibility for the NCAA tournament, UC San Diego will be participating in the school's first Division I postseason. The Big West regular season runner-ups who had their best year in Division I under the great head coach Eric Olin will be playing Chicago State on Saturday in the first round of the CBI. In the NFL, Justin Fields was traded from the Chicago Bears to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Would you like to know what your home would sell for today? Get a simple text message with your home's value by texting your address to 855-600-6000. You'll get no phone call, just a text. Jim Buttrell has the buyers. Simply text your address to 855-600-6000.
Yeah, we are. I honestly thought he was going to say Penn State after that.
Penn State? Maybe Rich.
Right.
And John Schaefer.
Is John Schaefer we are?
Is that what the Penn Staters are?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Nittany Lion.
Well, yeah, Nittany Lion.
Yeah,
sorry.
John Schaefer's a Nittany Lion.
Sorry. Yeah, Nittany Lion. Sorry about that. Big Red Seating Fletch. San Diego Sports 760. A couple giveaways that we are going to do here coming up in just a few minutes. Should we make a dealer's choice on what they want? Or J-Riff has no opinion.
No.
We don't want to.
I don't know how often when you go to a restaurant or you go to a bar do you say chef's choice?
Guess that's true.
So like why
have you ever done that? I don't think I've ever done that in my
so
life.
like why are we changing the rules because it's us who are the chefs?
Hang on. When I go to like Barbusa in Little Italy, I would just say bring out whatever. And they do.
But they bring out everything.
They do.
That's different than bringing back than like, hey, like my one dish is in your hands.
Because it might come out of vegan pizza.
Well, wait, hold on.
That would be awful.
You and I'm going to take you. You know how like for like the last year and a half we've been planning a dinner with our significant others.
Yes.
We should take you guys to Kindred.
What? Wait a minute. Hang on.
And you won't even any like vegan whatever. You'll never think about it again.
But so Sarah and I have to go full vegan instead of you guys just finding something vegan to eat wherever we go?
No. I'm not doing this because we're worried that like the McDonald's that you take us to isn't going to be vegan.
Does McDonald's have vegan options?
No, definitely not.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure they have like one Impossible something or other.
But I honestly have no idea. I've never ordered an Impossible anything ever. Did you get some water?
Sorry.
Did you fall on an acorn?
No, I don't know if you know this. Like in between breaks, Rich just starts racking up the push-ups.
Yeah, dude. You know what? I don't know if you guys were counting, but out in the hallway, that was 150 quick ones. Tell you right now.
Didn't start till you started the update either.
Yeah. I do them really quick. Some people say they're half push-ups. I'd say filming super slow.
Yeah. Exactly. You want to see them
quick.
Okay, then this is what's coming up. In the next 5 minutes, we're going to tell you how to win that pair of tickets to go see Social Distortion and Bad Religion at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater, April 12th. Ticketmaster.com if you want to buy them, or just keep listening for your chance to win.
I will say this. If you blind taste test, if you give me an Impossible burger, or if you give me one of those faux cheeseburgers that's supposed to taste, I'll tell you a place that you would like. There's a place, no affiliation, but Plant Power in OB.
An OB. Yeah,
okay.
We get it like once a week.
Look,
the double cheeseburger, the double chicken burger. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And the animal style fries.
It's all fake. It's all fake meat.
Wait, we had the what was the chicken place that came in? Dave's Hot Chicken. Yeah. Dave's Hot Chicken brought in the cauliflower chicken. It was delicious.
Tell you what, but nobody's beating the Islands.
Yeah.
Those tasty burgers and those fresh cut fries.
Listen, because that's kind of the real deal. You know what I'm saying?
Tell you right now, I'm probably going there this afternoon, and I've got movement. I mean, I am so excited.
Swelling up.
I'll tell you right now, those push-ups were to calm myself down, and it did not work.
It was a few weeks ago we went to Islands, and I got the fish tacos, and I think that's the first time I haven't gotten a burger. I wasn't disappointed.
No, they have these good bowls too. I'm salivating, but it's going to be great. Yeah, so those Social Distortion tickets, we'll give them away in just a few minutes here.
Eating bird seed?
And what is in that bowl? Is that what you were showing the camera during the JP Morosi interview?
I was just trying to show that people don't only eat crap in this room.
What the hell? I feel so judgmental. This is your problem, JP.
Do you want some soda bread?
No, I'm not judging you guys. I'm just generally judging the person who normally sits in this seat at this time. That's it. I'm not a preacher. You live your life. If it works for you, man, that's your journey, and I'm here to support and root for your success.
Well, I kind of equate Ben Fletcher, like his whole personality, his whole persona in general, to school lunch. He's kind of cute and adorable, but also ultra processed.
Oh, completely.
Also, it has to be a lot of calories to get you through the day.
That's right.
Let me here just to answer your question.
And he's a half pint.
To answer your question, in here is jasmine rice with hemp seeds.
Wait, what? You
jasmine rice, hemp seeds?
I've never had either of those so far.
Jasmine rice and hemp seeds, broccoli, garlic, green beans, and tofu, fried tofu.
I've had a green bean. I can't tell you if I've had a garlic green bean. I have had broccoli. Other than that, nope.
I will say
I've had tofu by mistake.
There's a gentleman named Kevin who's texting us on the stream who just said he just really wants to be punched. I think this is the same texter.
Ben Fletcher texted, "What the hell? How am I catching strays right now?"
I love how Fletch is so bored right now with his broken ankle. He's just watching us on StreamYard with Brock, and he's like, "I blame you for not being here. Blame you. This is on you."
Oh man! Wow, unbelievable.
All right, so listen, guys, who you rooting for? Aztecs or the Blazers?
Wait, what?
I'm just kidding.
Can I just say really quickly?
Yeah.
I was leaving the break room during when you guys were on with John Morosi because I had to get my lunch it's not lunch, it's breakfast. My clock is messed up. And I was walking, and Shelly was like walking, so we were walking together. She goes, "Why are you here? Where's Ben?" And I'm like, "Oh, Ben like broke his ankle." She goes, "Doing what?" I'm like, "Hiking." She goes, "That's why I don't hike."
See, this is right. Quick fix. The doctor would be like, "How did it happen?" He'll say the same thing. He was like, "Oh, don't do that." Like I'll tell you what, walking outside, dangerous.
Right.
Yeah. Better to sit.
By the way, there's a golf tournament coming up in June we're going to be a part of. And apparently producer Shelly wants to bail on her show and join our show.
She can do that.
I mean, as far as the team golfing.
No. She can do that. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, producer Shelly could do whatever she wants. There have been multiple times where her show has been on the air. She's been in here with us mixing drinks. One time she made us a butternut squash martini, for Christ's sakes. So I'm pretty sure she writes the rules, not us.
She gave us the leftovers of that butternut squash. It's a science experiment right now and not our office.
Yeah, we're never giving that jar back.
No,
because frankly,
that's penicillin.
I don't think we're allowed to pass that off without calling the CDC.
I mean, it looks amazing though.
Anyways, guys, you're welcome for that breakdown. Aztecs, UAB Blazers coming up right here on your home of the Aztecs, San Diego Sports 760 Thursday tip-off as March Madness gets underway, and it is madness.
It's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be wild. We're pumped. I mean, honestly, how about Dutch? So Brian Dutcher, he gets this 5-year extension. He's getting paid like he should. Let's be honest. I mean, the amount of interest and the amount of attention that he's garnered for this basketball team since taking over for Steve Fisher, he is inarguably one of the most important people in San Diego State Aztecs history. I mean, that's not overstating it at all. And then he gets his team to the tournament as a 5 seed again on the heels of that contract signing. I mean, this guy, what more could you possibly want from a coach? Oh, and by the way, he's like a good dude. He's a family man, loves San Diego. He's going nowhere. This is the lifetime contract.
Players love him.
Players love him. His assistant coaches love him. I mean, it's almost too good to be true. Like, how many bodies are buried in his yard for him to be this good?
Right. Because it honestly, it's like when when women tell other women, like, you got a good one. Like, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Like we got a good one.
Yeah.
We're
Like you
married
see,
to
like,
a good one.
you see some of the things that go on, like Rick Pitino, like calling out his players, and like some of these hothead coaches across the country who are like, they get to the podium and you don't know what's going to happen. And you're just like, yeah, but not my man. Not my man. Why are you looking at me like that, J-Riff?
Like what? I'm admiring the monologue that you just went on about how great Brian Dutcher is.
Oh, okay. I thought you were looking at me like you're an
Why are
idiot.
you being so whatever right now? Self-conscious.
You know what? You're right. It's not about me. It's about Dutch. I can't believe I did that to him.
You have main character syndrome, Rich.
I honestly do. Everybody's the protagonist of their own
story. Yeah.
They feel like the whole world revolves around them except for Brian Dutcher.
Which is why which is why Fletch won't stop texting us. Like, this is we're doing the show right now, man. Like, you're at home. You made your choice.
Okay. So Fletch is texting us saying, exercising is dumb. That's the moral of the story. He shows us the x-ray of his broken ankle.
Yeah, let me see.
Okay, but now I'm wondering if any of this is true, because look, I just pulled up an x-ray
of a normal ankle.
No, of a whale's fin.
Dude,
is that the same picture?
Second.
Wait,
Fletch, wait a second. Fletch just sent us a picture of a whale fin. So either A, Fletch is
it's fins for feet.
Fletcher is a GD liar, or he's a beluga. Now the bald head makes all the sense in the world. He is communicating by echolocation.
At 8:44, you want to call in to 877-767-4760, and you will win a pair of tickets to go see Social Distortion at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater April 12th. Tickets and info, Ticketmaster.com, or call in literally 2 minutes. 2 minutes is when the phone line's open.
That's all you got to do. It's so simple.
Right.
It's so simple. All right, coming up next, I promise this time we will talk about the topic we said we would talk about. The Padres are in Seoul, South Korea. For one segment of the day, we will stay on task, and we'll talk about how they're going to look against the Dodgers as the season opens coming up later this week. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Hey, Rich here for the Good Feet store. If you're struggling with any lower back pain, and I know it, like, you sit in your office chair for a little while and you stand up for lunch and you're like, gosh, like, why does it take me several seconds just to stand up straight? I've been there. I've done that. I played 6 years in the NFL, and on my way out of the league, I was struggling with not only back pain, but hip pain, knee pain. I had a bad ankle on the right side. It just felt like this was what life was. Like, I'm just going to struggle with orthopedic pain, and I'm going to get surgeries, and I'm going to try to remedy things as they get worse and try to make things better. But there's another way. At the Good Feet store, they have these arch supports. You just slide them into your shoes, you walk around, and that's how you rebuild yourself. Frankly, that's the way it feels like for me. So if you struggle with lower body joint pain, start your journey to better recovery over at the Good Feet store. They have a try before you buy process, completely free. You walk in there, you walk around in these things. If you don't like them, walk out of the store. It's fine. But I promise you, if you walk out of the store with the arch supports, better health and more productivity and less pain is waiting for you on the other side. Check them out at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com.
Hey, you know, we joke a lot here about losing weight or not losing weight with our Next Level Fit Guys stuff. We needed some help, and we got some help from SDFatLoss.com.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was helping all the way up until Fletch broke his ankle hiking. So this is what happens. Fletch loses like 50 pounds on SDFatLoss.com, and then he's like, well, all of a sudden, I feel like an athlete again. I'm going to go walking outside. Dangerous.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb move.
He was walking up hills
because with SDFatLoss.com, you don't need to exercise to lose weight.
No, you don't.
No, you don't need to count calories. You don't need to count points. You don't need to eat stuff you don't like to eat, like vegan pizza.
Or how about this? Jasmine rice and bird's eye tuna.
Yeah, whatever.
Broccoli sprouts.
I mean, you can. If Wayne and Chloe say, hey, that's good.
Yeah.
Then do it, because they're going to put together a tailor-made plan for you to lose weight, and you're going to lose weight fast. And then the best part is you're going to keep that weight off, because you don't want a yo-yo diet. Because like Fletch, when he goes out hiking, like he yo-yo hikes, like he goes down and then he's back up and he goes down. And then like now he's just way down.
Yeah, he's just down.
Right.
He's got 2 heels now. We saw the x-rays.
We have seen the x-rays several times. SDFatLoss.com. Look, if you want to shed some of this unwanted weight, something that you've been working on, maybe it was a New Year's resolution you never quite got to, now's the time. SDFatLoss.com. Go there, sign up. I promise you it will work, because I was a skeptic. I'm a skeptic no more. 31 pounds lost in 8 weeks. Rich over 35 in the same amount of time. And like we said, Fletch down almost 50 pounds. Can you imagine the break if he had that 50 pounds still on him?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
oh my God.
He would have shattered his leg. I mean, probably peg leg.
Honestly, without doubt.
And then, well, look, I mean, is that a way to lose weight? Some people say, yeah, just saw a leg off.
Yeah.
We say don't do that.
Well, he had big, giant, fat legs, so he'd lose a lot of weight if he sawed it right off.
But then, like the parrot adds a couple of pounds.
Oh, it's true. Unless it's flying, then no pounds. SDFatLoss.com. Go there right now. SDFatLoss.com.
Okay, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch here on a Monday morning. San Diego Sports 760. Best wishes to Fletch. He just broke his ankle yesterday hiking with Brock the dog. J-Riff jumping in. I mean, I'll tell you right now, J-Riff has caused a small brush fire on our stream feed, on the text line. A lot of people weighing in, have a lot of opinions about J-Riff.
During the midday, do as many people want to punch you?
Wait. What's going on in the stream feed? I haven't seen anything.
Okay, so on StreamYard, where we host our different streams, so this goes out on Twitter, goes out on YouTube, Big Rich TV.
Oh, here Fletch. They go.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin, he's talked several times about how he wants to punch you.
I haven't looked at the comments until this moment, and I'm really happy about that.
Yeah. I mean, we've gotten multiple. But listen, nobody wishes you ill will, I'm sure. It's just one quick punch. One quick punch.
Honestly, it might make me a stronger person. So maybe I've never been taken one to the face.
Yeah.
I feel like every man should probably take one to the face at some point in their life.
You know what? We're going to have to isolate that now, and we're going to play that back later for you to hear that.
I hate you.
You're right.
You so
Every
much.
man should.
How is it that Phillip Rivers can make a playoff start after surgery, but Fletch can't make it in after J-Riff broke his ankle playing basketball? Now, one, I mean, Fletch is not Phillip Rivers. Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. He needs to have 10 kids with Kendall.
Mm-hmm.
And then he could get it.
That's right. That's right.
Kevin said that I'm not used to people immediately ribbing me after everything I say. Yes, I do. Tune in from 12 to 3. Like, I promise you, after every update, somebody tells me how terrible I am at giving updates.
He also said for the YouTube stream, you should really have that open mic even during a commercial. We all want to know what you're saying. I'm not sure. Was the mic on?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what was said, but
So
it
many
probably
things.
had to be dumped. God, we didn't talk Padres.
Oh, we will. Okay, really quick though. 877-767-4760. That's 877-SORG-760. If you want to win that $50 gift card to Islands Fine Burgers and Drinks, all you got to do is call in at exactly 8:57. Be caller number 5 right then. Padres, Dodgers, the opener. What do we think, guys? Like, is this going to be an embarrassment? Are the Padres going out there like lambs to slaughter? Because they have Ohtani and they have Yamamoto and they have, everything is coming up Dodgers, or will they be competitive?
I'm trying not to expect to win, but if they keep it close for me, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
I expect 2 wins.
2 wins.
Wow.
Sweep. Okay.
If I'm getting up at 3 in the morning to watch you play baseball, I expect you to win
Do you
baseball.
want to get up at 2 and tailgate with us?
No.
Huh?
Are you
Hot
sure?
dogs? Have you ever had a 2 a.m. hot dog?
If it's vegan, sure.
Tofu dogs. Tofu dogs. I'm sure they make them. We're not sure. We've never seen them before. But,
Gives me the shivers.
All right. J-Riff may or may not be with us tomorrow morning as well. That decision to come later on. But right now, for the roadies, the dogs, the hangers, the bangers, the herd is next. Huge thank you to JP Morosi for jumping on the show. We'll see you all tomorrow.